Okay, boys and girls, others, and undecideds. By now, a lot of you have actually have probably watched this YouTube's Hero Programs video. It's got like a million freaking views already, and it has literally a 98% dislike ratio. It's 2.2, I figured. It's a program where people are allowed to basically moderate other people's channels, and you get a point system. It's a point system, and you get awarded for actually flagging other people's videos. Um,
King Yao.
it doesn't have any differentiation that I'm aware of so far of what constitutes a legit flag from a non-legit flag. But it is set up that you can leave annotations on other people's videos, I guess. It's set up where you can remove and control the comments on other people's videos. So everybody gets moderation powers of some sorts. And then at like 300 points, you're able to mass flag videos. So you can just mass flag somebody's entire channel, regardless of their content. What could go wrong with that? And some of the other levels, I will go through this in the video. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I'm going to put the video in the live feed. It's called Getting Started with YouTube Heroes. So if you haven't watched it, take a minute to watch it. It's not very long. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I'm putting it in the live feed. And I also have it in the video description. But at certain levels, you actually get to attend YouTube workshops where basically you get unpaid to learn how to flag videos. I'm like, YouTube is basically crowdfunding their viewers and their paid, what do they call them, the people that go to YouTube. What would you call them? They were not paid. Well, they are patrons in a way. They're not people that give money, but the people that actually go to YouTube, they're asking you guys to do their job for them. They're asking you to say, hey, you know, we want you guys as a community to police your own community. Not a bad idea in theory, but in practice, completely impossible. Utterly, completely impossible. So there's been a lot of videos out there, you know, complaining about this whole YouTube thing, and this is going to be one of those types of videos where people come in and vent their frustration about it and their ideas of what can be done about it. I'm not too concerned about it because, again, I think there is something at least where people mass flag or flag your video. And if it's just a hang like this, nothing's going to happen. I mean, it's just a waste of their time, and I think that you know, there's going to be a lot of that. I think a lot of people are going to be around just flagging videos until there's some kind of I don't want to say retribution, but something. If you false flag too many videos, then obviously something should happen to your account.
I hope so.
And as Kalima Sadaki pointed out, one of the things that he says, the shitty thing they did was to replace and change the content of the video without telling people. Which video, Kalima? Are you talking about other people's videos or the video that I posted? Because I guess you can add, you can actually do captioning and closed captioning, I guess, for other people's videos now. Is that what I'm hearing? That you can actually write the closed caption for other people, even if it has nothing to do with the video?
That'd be hilarious.
I don't know how that would even work, right?
That's fucking funny though. Like, just imagine you just put, you know, I like dicks, you know, whatever video you want to. I like dicks.
Everybody's video just is a closed caption. I like dicks. I like dicks. I like dicks. The original text that Kalima said was flag negative content. Oh, was it? Who determines what's negative content? That's the biggest issue that I'm running into. Obviously, you know, there's a threshold. You know, if somebody posts, you know, like adult videos on YouTube, yeah, I think everybody would kind of agree at that point that would probably be considered something to be flaggable. Or things, you know, depicting harm to children or animals. Of course, those are flaggable things. But with the social justice warriors out there and trolls, they get triggered on anything. I mean, what is appropriate or acceptable for content for you may be different from somebody else. Because I mean, I watched a video the other day where this I think she was a girl, and I think one was transgender. I don't know what they were, but they were basically talking about social justice warrior stuff and how Undoomed and other people making videos about them were just bullying them and trying to shut them down. And Undoomed is like, no, I don't want to shut you guys down. We don't want you guys to have no forum to express yourself. We're not trying to limit free speech. We want you to say stupid shit, and I'm like the same way. I'm not moderating people to shut them down. I wouldn't moderate people to say, hey, you're saying things I don't like, therefore I'm going to flag you. That's what's going to happen. That's what we all know is going to happen. But what YouTube does when they get those kind of flags, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're not going to take down videos that have nothing, no violations of terms of service just because they're flagged. That would make no sense. Anybody who wants in here, let me know. It's funny is I've invited so many people to these videos when I start them, and very few people come in. And then after I start the video, then I get like 12 people asking me for links. So it's weird. Hey, AJ.
Hey, I'm glad you're talking about this.
Good, good. And you're a channel op, so I'm trying to get some channel ops in here. People that are content creators, people that do have videos in their feeds, because I want to know how they think it's going to affect them. So have you watched the video, AJ?
Yes, I have.
And what say you on it? What do you feel about this program rewarding people to snitch and be hall monitors?
I feel like it's a dirty thing to do, honestly. I mean, it's good to tell the people who are in charge that someone is doing something wrong, but snitching, I'm not
Makes
so
me feel like
sure
you just want to take a shower, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It's just creepy that people have the right to monitor your channel. That they can actually remove comments they don't like on other people's channels. That's weird. I don't know how that's going to be implemented.
Like you said, it's creepy.
I guess when you click on somebody's video, the comment, it's going to have three things: remove, report, and what's the other one? Anybody know?
Add annotations with dicks.
Annotations with dicks. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. They don't remove your comments. They on the heroes community. You're right, Kelman. It's basically you have to become a member of the heroes community, whatever the hell that means. I guess you have to reach level 1. You have your first false flag or something. You become a heroes community member, and you get a special desktop of some kind. Like I said, we'll kind of go through this video and go step by step, and maybe people can explain to us what is meant by these different levels, because they just seem so absurd to me. And mind-bogglingly stupid that I literally like to ask people that develop this stuff, what the fuck are you thinking? Because there's no way that somebody didn't along the line go, hey, you know what, guys, this is probably not a good idea. Somebody had to say this. Whoever said that, promote them, fire the rest. Okay? But go ahead, AJ. You want to go through the levels, or do you want to tell us what you think is going to be affected for the channel operators?
Everything. Everything's going to be affected.
It's like AIDS.
It's worse than AIDS. It's internet AIDS.
It's YouTube AIDS.
I foresee people getting to a high level, legitimately flagging, just like hate speech, like blatant homophobic speech, like something from some of the extremists, like Islamic channels that are, preaching hate, just unadulterated hate. And so you it's kind of like a game where you go and you farm the lobies, and then you go and you harass people when you're high enough level. That's kind of honestly how I
exactly.
like
League of Legends, right, or something.
Yeah, you go and you farm
exactly I think it is. It's right, exactly. You're going to have people at high levels, and they're just going to be the warlords going around going, I'm finding this comment to be offensive. Triggered. Remove.
I mean, I want to know what the checks and balances are, because it's really, there's no stopping someone before they do it. There's no way to perfectly moderate anything, first and foremost. But how is Google going to actually say, all right, well, if we do have people abusing this power, can we restore whatever lost content was that this person decided they wanted to destroy or remove, or however that works, or how are they going to deter people from going back to the whole, well, I just want to censor things I don't like, campaign.
That's what it doesn't say. That's what's so non-explanatory in this video of what checks and balances they have, because it appears they have none. I mean, what reason would you ever have mass flagging abilities?
I guess if they feel a whole channel is just dedicated to breaking the terms of service, like if the what is the channel? The Dawkins channel, Dawkins fucking, the
YouTubers.
yeah.
Oh, you mean Darwin's Greatest Hits?
Yeah, Darwin's Greatest Hits. If that's just kind of it's a parody, not even a parody. It's just clips of him. There's nothing really added. It's just him.
It's a mask about it. It's a parody. Sorry.
It's a bit of a parody. So it's not harassing though. No. It's not saying look at this fucker and his stupid dog. He's saying that he likes to have his dog to come off something. Whatever the soundboard shit is. But it's not harassing. Like if there was a harassing aspect, I guess, to it, then that would probably be grounds for mass flagging, I guess. I don't know.
Well, mass flagging would be like, I guess so. Maybe like Darwin's Greatest Hits. I mean, maybe. Yeah, say all the videos are harassment, which obviously they're not. I mean, if a person can't tell the difference between satire, parody, and harassment, then they don't need a position of authority. That's for damn sure. And another thing Kalima brought up, which I agree with 1,000%. One of the levels you get to, you're actually allowed to talk to YouTube and Google. You actually get some support. When I think that anybody should be able to call somebody up and at least have some kind of ability to talk to somebody if they need to. What company doesn't have some kind of support system when things go wrong? There at least be some call center that you can call to get certain kinds of resolutions to certain kinds of things. I mean, it makes it very difficult to do everything just over the internet, via email and stuff like that, especially when you're fighting a false flag or you're DMCA'd or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, you're having issues with YouTube, or even pulling out problems with YouTube. Like for example, if somebody do have some content out there that's questionable or outright against TOS. I mean, just like 3 weeks ago, one of the things that came recommended up was a porno movie. It was an actual porno movie. It was recommended to people, and people were going there going, "What the fuck?"
Nice. Was it
lasted about 24 hours. It lasted 24 hours because they didn't have any way, basically beyond just reporting the video, rather than somebody being able to call up and say, "Hey, by the way, you've got porn on your site here." Now I understand it might be abused as well, but I think you can have a filter system where you have call up and say, push 5 for pornography on the.
I think they just depended too much on the automated report system, and then people just abuse the shit out of that.
I don't say 100% automated, but I mean it's filtered, right? I mean, I think YouTube would want to make sure that gets taken down pretty quickly.
But I think it was a certain. If you flag something with a certain category, it was automatic, because I did see on more than one occasion some fat nasty fucker with a short dick and just going at it, fucking beating his fucking meat. And it was a live broadcast, so no one was really watching. But what kind of disturbed me was that there's also this is back months ago when you could see the live feed. You can just click on Hangouts and see everybody who was going live. And there was like kids, like there was young kids from like Russia or something, or Italy or some shit like that. And they were playing like Minecraft or whatever, whatever kids do. And this guy was just so happened to go on around that time. So I'm like, I kind of put 2 and 2 together, worst case scenario. So yeah,
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I took a screenshot to show a few people, and I'm like, I report the fuck out of it. But that kind of stuff, yeah, that's just one of those scenarios where you go, all right, well, we're going to have to err on the side of caution here, but then people abuse it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what YouTube's trying to go after, that that kind of stuff that needs to be reported. And I'm not saying that things shouldn't be reported. I mean, it's rare. I mean, I've only reported, I think, one thing in my entire time on YouTube, and the only reason it was reported because it was depicting violence for animals. It was disgusting, and it got taken out pretty quick. I mean, a lot of people reported it. So that kind of stuff, yes, absolutely. But just to report people for because they don't like the content. I would never think about reporting Ronnie's channel or Brett Keane or any of those guys. I mean, it would never even cross my mind. What is it a report? I mean,
I'd report Brett Keane.
You do nothing against terms of service.
I'd report Brett Keane's video of him eating that burger with no teeth That was cruelty to me.
What?
Yeah. The gummy burger.
Oh.
That was just nasty.
Yeah, he is a piece of work. And somebody had told me, and or somebody I read somewhere, I should say, that somebody said Brett Keane already has 300 points, and I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe they're just kidding. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's already at the 300 mass flagging level.
Well, no, he was grandfathered in already.
He was grandfathered in. YouTube gives special dispensation. He's like, oh yeah, just give him max level.
Well, he was a beta tester. There you go.
Well, AJ, do you got anything else to add? Or we want to start going through this video a little bit. I don't want to play it. I'm going to do screenshots from it. I know we can probably play and get away with it, but I just don't want to take any chances whatsoever. I don't want to play any video in here ever. So, but we can play screenshots. I mean, I'll play videos of like Hangouts, but I don't know if this is copyrighted or not.
You done fucked up, YouTube. I knew this would happen. I told my entire channel that this would happen, but no one believed me. Well, guess what, people? I was right.
Were you warning people about this before it even happened?
Yes, I was telling all my followers on Google Plus this is exactly what would happen.
You've got like 3 subscribers, AJ.
What?
Okay. I'm just kidding.
It's okay.
Well, let's see if I can broadcast this and let's look at some of the stuff. Maybe in the live feed too. Help us out here because, we're all getting bits and pieces of it. I don't think anybody has the full story on it. So if you are familiar with this whole YouTube crap, then let us know. Unfortunately, shit, I gotta go to another browser here. So this one, I use Chromium, and it doesn't allow me to actually share my screen on it. So weird. So I've got to go into Firefox and actually start it up that way. Is that crazy that my browser doesn't let me screen share?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Definitely a virus.
It's a virus. It's AIDS. See what YouTube has done? It prevents me from screen sharing. It's keeping me down. It's censoring me. I'm triggered. So I'm going to be in here twice.
Echo.
Yeah, sorry. Now,
your clone is taking over.
Yeah, is that better? Oh, shit. No,
all right, hold on, guys. View, I'll get you in here. Hold on. I got to switch over to the other Google Plus Classic because this one's stupid. Can anyone access?
Is that better? I just went over the other one completely.
Can anyone access the chat shit? Like on the side conversation bullshit on the side of old Google Plus. Like I have to go to old like classic G Plus.
Oh, that's only if you call somebody directly. If you call somebody directly, then you don't have the outside. You don't have the internal chat.
Okay, because when I go to Google, like the new one, I don't see any of that shit. Like I can't talk to anyone. Like when you send me the invites for the Hangouts, I don't get a notification unless the only way that I know that you're calling me is it's on my phone. Other than that,
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong lately, or something's happened because a lot of people have actually said they don't actually get the notification anymore. It's not like it used to be where I would be able to do an event like on HOA, Google HOA, and basically I could send out mass invites to like 600 people. It doesn't let me do that anymore, so people kind of have to find it when they're looking for it, kind of thing, I guess now.
Yeah, this is my new window. This is what I see, and I don't. There's nothing over here for me to click on that I can see your invite. So I have to like go to settings.
You need to go through Gmail. Open up your Gmail and you'll see invites.
And
not your G Plus, but your Gmail.
Oh wow. So if you're actively calling me, I would have to come in here and then.
Yeah, and then look to the left there.
Oh, and all these fucking
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, and if you look to the very left, see the very left.
There it is.
Right.
See, I've never done that.
That's where if anybody that doesn't understand this, because a lot of people send me messages like YouTube messages and all other things. When I send you an invite, this is where it shows up. It'll show up in your Gmail, and it'll show up in the left-hand side. It'll have a little box that comes up and says, you're invited or whatever. So, hey guys,
Howdy.
Yeah.
I get the invites. So, but I didn't get this one for this link, I guess.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. I really don't know how to explain it anymore. Sometimes it comes up for people, sometimes it doesn't. Now, I have tried different experimentations where I'll do a Google Plus post, and I have broken down things into like circles. I've got like 50 circles, each one 25 each, because I had heard that anything over 25 it doesn't send out. So I've tried doing it that way. It doesn't seem to make a bit of difference, though. I still get the same amount of views either way. So
I have like 4 circles. One of them is. I'm not even joking.
600 plus people, man. In fact, I just got over 800 subscribers just recently. I've got like 820 or something now. So, I mean, I wasn't that long ago. I hit 500. Remember my video on 500, and then it was like 600, 700, 800 now, and now I'm 820. So I'm fast approaching 1,000. So I'm getting up there.
Let me see if I can find my circles. Let me go back to Classic G+.
Yeah, there's a folder on my computer too, Dragnet, that says not porn, and that's everything, of course, is porn.
Yeah, there we go. Things that it's porn.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is virgin. This computer's virgin, because it's not mine.
Everything in my house has been broken in.
well broken in.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is, like, I have, like, friends, family, acquaintances, gaming, BAs, a group on Facebook, idiots, and man.
I haven't figured out the new groups things yet. Show that again.
I have, these are at my actual circles. Like, can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends, family, acquaintances, and this is where 90% of people go. And then some people in my gaming, which is like 2, my cousin and somebody I used to work with. BA is a group on Facebook. I have idiots and meh.
Meh.
Put me in meh.
Put me in, meh.
Oh, AJ,
That's awesome.
there you go.
She's in meh. Oh, so you're still using the old Google Plus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, AJ. The new one doesn't show your how many page things you have, the page views, which I think is crappy. I mean, I know the page views were skewed. There's no question about that. But it was at least somewhat enjoyable to see. You got 500,000, million, or 2 million freaking people have viewed your page. But they take that out after I think the end of the month it's done, right? You can't use the old one anymore. AJ.
I just like the old one.
But it's going away. You know that, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, they're taking away that, and they're taking away. It's going to be a whole different. It's going to be the whole new format, which I don't like very much. I think it was a really bad idea, and they're getting rid of the view pages. Mm-hmm.
Someone's going to start a petition about it. I know it.
Well, you know how well they listen to people. Kalima says, Dragnaut, you need to make a folder called "Stupid Shit." Ronnie says it would be filled. He only has a 1 terabyte drive, Kalima. So I mean, we don't want to break his computer. All right, let's see if I can screen share now. YouTube hero video. Okay. Wait, that's not right. I just screen share. No, I don't want to do that one. Let's see here.
Armored Skeptic does a fucking great takedown of this thing.
Who did?
Armored Skeptic.
Oh, I love Armored Skeptic. Yeah. I haven't watched his video on it yet. I probably should have watched that first to get his take on it, but I didn't know it existed, so I'll watch it afterwards.
Well, that's good. You got an unbiased opinion.
If you ever watch this, Armored, I love you.
Oh no, we're getting more views. No, that means we're taking away from MK.
I did. By the way, I did not know MK was running a Hangout. I think he started after I did already. So usually I don't overlap with him. We kind of have this unwritten thing. And in fact, I'll send people over to MK after my Hangout's done. And he did last night. He sent people over to mine. So I really don't want to step on MK, obviously.
Having a rigorous conversation about nothing.
Yeah, I'll step on like DC a little bit, only because DC hasn't been around, and DC like a little while ago had like 6 viewers, and it was nobody in there.
I saw Palm Jam talking to himself for about 2 hours. That was pretty funny.
it's basically the Palm Jam channel now. DC has basically died. All it is Palm Jam. So it's Palm Jam 24/7. So, anyways, yeah, it's boring enough as it was before.
Man, let me tell you, can't get enough of his ass.
Yeah, isn't he fascinating?
God, he's so interesting. I just want to sit and listen to him fucking say nothing for
his
hours.
voice is like butter, you know, just kind of like fall asleep to listen to Palm
His
Jam.
voice is the sound that your ass makes when you are trying to take a shit but can't. See, that's why you're laughing, because it sounds. His voice sounds like.
He's like, I know that sound.
That's fucking descriptive.
Yeah, well,
It reminds me of.
he likes to be a visual person, so he wants people to understand exactly what he was referring to.
Yes, Palm Jam
can you guys see this on the screen? Add captions or subtitles to a video.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so this is.
Hit Control and scroll up your mouse wheel so you can see it a little bit better, or just.
I'm maxed right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I might be able to eliminate. No, how do I? Well, I can do this. How's that? Does that help?
I'm gonna look. Let me look in the live chat on.
Yeah, while I'm doing this, I can't look at the live chat very easily. So I guess I could have made it.
Yeah, just go to full screen.
Oh, I wasn't full screen.
That was full screen?
This is full screen right now. Anyways, you don't have to see that much of it. Can you see add captions or subtitles or video?
I see it. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to look at the live feed while I'm doing this because
I'm watching the live feed.
Yeah, you're the live feed monitor. I forgot. So can somebody explain what the captions and subtitle video is? Does this mean that you'll be able to add it to other people's videos or just to your own? If I add a caption or subtitle video, I get a point. What's the reasoning behind that? Anyone?
Yeah, when you make when you make videos, you get that little part down there that says, add captions and shit. This part of your editing. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Hold on. You see the little square underneath the red icon?
Yes.
Click on that, on the little square.
We're here?
Hold on. To the right. Yeah, right there. Yeah, click on that. See something. Okay, so from there, okay, are you talking about the closed captioning button right there? Because when you click on that, that should produce automatically some closed captioning based on whatever.
It works like shit though, I think.
Yeah, no, it translates like hell. But I think they're trying to encourage people to just kind of do some legwork for them rather than them hire people to translate. So
that and calling it creative would be another way of putting it.
So, but are you allowed to do this to somebody else's video? You're able to actually do a closed caption to somebody else's video?
I don't think so. Once it comes up, it's the person who made it is the one who has edit rights, as far as I know.
If you're in the Heroes community, though.
No, they're not. That's stage one is just fucking hero. That's as far as it goes, and then you got to work through, get points by adding captions and other shit to your videos. Being more creative. Then you get part two.
To your own videos, so you can't go into to CC on someone else's video and says, "I like big dicks. I like big dicks."
No, because you can't. Because that would be editing the video. You can't edit. You don't have edit rights, as far as I know.
See, some of the things I was hearing said that you could do some editing on other people's videos, but if you're in the Heroes community, well, let's move on a little bit then. Let's see.
Well, if you could edit somebody else's shit, but subtitles in there for a language you don't even speak, that'd be kind of fucking shady.
Yeah, well, that'd be the point. It'd be very, very shady, right? So level 1 gives you become a hero. Obviously, said level 1 is basically your first flag, your first caption, something like that nature, right? So as soon as you flag a video, you become a hero.
No, you become part 1 is when you actually click on I want to be a hero. You enter the fucking community.
So it's just signing up for it?
Yeah, signing up for it. Okay. That's level 1.
Okay, so level 1.
Then you start doing all your crazy edits and your fucking closed captions and whatnot. Then you do a whole bunch of that shit. You gain more points and become a part 2.
And in part 1, you get to access the hero's dashboard. Which I don't know what the hell that's going to entail. Oh, how many flags have I had today? Is this basically what the dashboard is going to tell you?
Part 3 is
how many videos you flagged?
Level 3 is where it really gets fucking shady, but yeah.
Okay, so number 2 is continue your training, where you basically seem to have access to like workshops.
Yeah, level 2. Yeah, level 2 is where you get to fucking meet with other people who are basically like hangout stuff, where you can do meets and with other people who are quote unquote heroes and say, hey, how'd you solve this problem? What about this? What about that? You know, kind of like
I fucking banned him. That's how I solved that problem. He's no longer around. Next problem.
This just seems like a group thing where people can get together and say, well, I find this channel over here to be very offensive. Can we all go over there and mass flag?
Well, you wait till you get to number 3. You don't have to worry about that part.
Well, individuals can mass flag in number 3. So
see, that's the
unlock
real
super tools.
The real scary part, because
flagging.
If you just look at the comments under certain videos,
you don't have to match flag. All you have to do is you have to be a superhero at level 3 and give one channel 3 copyright strikes, and their channel shut down.
So you can single-handedly shut down someone else's account.
Yeah, because remember that YouTube 3 strikes is the go. So if you're a fucking if you go in there and you're a fucking super duper hero trooper, you can fucking give 3 strikes to one channel and shut down the entire channel.
What happens if the videos don't have any copyright strikes?
It doesn't matter. It's you're the decider.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
Like if I if I want to shut
YouTube.
Yeah, if I want to shut down fucking Steve's channel, I just gotta be a super duper hero trooper. Go to your pages and just videos, flag all 3 for copyright, and because I'm a super duper hero trooper level 3, you're now shut down.
So what's your recourse on it?
Your recourse is number 2. Your recourse is number 2 in general in the rules, which is fraud, abuse, or other violative behavior relating to the accrual of points or perks may result in forfeiture of accrued points and unlocked perks.
Yeah.
As well as
can you read that again for us, Heretic?
It's fraud, abuse, or other violative behavior relating to the accrual of points or perks may result in forfeiture of accrued points and unlocked perks, as well as cancellation of your program account, termination of your participation in the program, and termination of any YouTube account or Google account. What that doesn't say is
how long.
If it's not relating to the accrual of points or perks. If you are wanting to shut somebody down because you personally don't like them.
I don't know if one person can actually shut down a channel. I looked in the life, and I think Clemmer's right. I don't think one person is going to have that ability per se. I mean, there's got to be some kind of review process somewhere down the line. If you just flag channels randomly, the channel doesn't get shut down.
Well, what if here's just my scenario. So if I bring back Tasty, and Tasty is going to be a moderator, all right? Mm-hmm. So Tasty is a good moderator. She gets to level 3. She gets to be a super trooper. And I don't like Ozzy's channel because I don't drink the Kool-Aid. So you know what? Fuck Ozzy's channel. Ozzy loses his channel. So then I lose Tasty. How does that actually affect my account, though? The Dragnot account?
Well, Tasty's under a Dragnot account, isn't it?
It's a separate account.
Oh, it's a separate account.
I have Dragnot, Tasty, and then I have my third sock, which is Dragnot sock.
I think the only way they can probably do it is if they, can link that all of them are connected to the same individual.
Here's what I think is going to happen, and I think Klim is right on this. What I think happens is this: a person says, "Okay, I'm going to flag these videos. Okay, I'm going to mass flag whatever." And then it goes to the Heroes community for everybody else in the Heroes community to actually review whether it's something that's inappropriate or not. And I guess the mindset would be there's enough people in the Heroes community from all sides to determine if something is really offensive or not, right? Like, for example, if I didn't want something to be out there that's a social justice warrior movement and I flag all this stuff, there's going to be social justice warriors in there that say, no, you know what, this is not stuff that should have been flagged, or and vice versa. If social justice warriors go out and start flagging shit left and right, there's anti-social justice warrior people in the same heroes community going, you know what, no, that's not appropriate, or that there's to flag that. So it's supposed to be some kind of self-policing thing, but it does get reviewed. So if one person starts flagging massive stuff, it doesn't instantaneously like shut down their channel. It still has to be reviewed through the heroes community, with the hopes that the heroes community has enough sensible people to understand what is something that should be flagged or not. Now, I think it's completely absurd to think that people are going to police themselves like this.
Well, the thing is, though, you got to remember that level 3 is above the community.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't.
The animation is one computer making 3 strikes, and it shuts it down.
Really? All right, we're gonna do some research on that.
Only the next level is where you actually get to the people get to talk. At level 4 is where you actually physically get to talk to a person in YouTube. At level 4, so the people who are at level 2 can't email YouTube, a physical person in YouTube and say, "Hey, this is bullshit. This is wrong." It takes a level 4 to do that.
Kalima says, that's it, Steve. There'll be a large amount of heroes, which basically will be most of all YouTubers. And I think Ozzy is saying that you can already flag a channel single-handedly with sock accounts. This just makes it much easier. And that's true. I mean, obviously, before you just had to create a bunch of sock accounts and do the same thing. But there's got to be some kind of system where if you get false flagged, obviously, because if not, there would have been all these channels have been shut down already.
Yeah, the thing is, though, this new system does away with that. Right now, that's how it works, yes, but this new system we're coming up with does away with that. The animation shows one person giving a channel three strikes, and under guidelines, 3 strikes is you're out.
Yes, Kalima says it's not a strike system. It's basically just flagging to be notified to the heroes community. Now again, we'll have to check on this, right?
There's also a set of rules that they've got about appropriate conduct and participation, of which heroes must comply with them at all times.
But that turns into a fuzzy gray area. Is if you have a whole bunch of people agreeing with you, but does that make it right?
Yeah, and I still think it sway a lot of people. I mean, obviously, people could, with this whole ability to communicate with other heroes, you could, in theory, make a massive campaign against people. Now, again, supposedly,
because you can.
The rule is supposed to be, or the game plan was supposed to be, there's enough YouTubers, which is everybody's going to be a hero, and basically, when it comes for review, everybody's going to be reviewing it. That's asking.
Yeah, but I see a problem with this. I see a problem with this when it comes to like social justice warriors, because they're going to start, trying to get all those points to see if how high they get up there and start shutting people down. Do they find racist or sexist or misogynist? However they want to fucking word shit, but if they get like fucking a whole bunch of them in little groups saying, "Hey, we need to take this channel down because we don't like what he's saying," regardless of free speech and yada yada.
Yeah, but that immediately hits into the first issue on the appropriate conduct, which is you will not defame, abuse, harass, stalk, threaten, or otherwise violate the legal rights of others. And the ability for YouTube to actually see, this person is being harassed by a hell of a lot of our YouTube heroes.
Yeah, but here's the thing when it comes to the legalities of it. Free speech isn't guaranteed in YouTube. Free speech is defined by the government. Government can't stop you from having free speech. YouTube can.
Well, I mean, this is the legal rights.
I think the channels that are going to be mostly affected will be more like Thunderfoot's channel. Would you agree that he probably has more to be concerned about than
so people like
channels like Thunderfoot? I'm not a social justice warrior. I don't go making videos anti-social justice warrior.
Hold on, it honestly can be any group. Imagine Ronnie and the fucking Clown Car Posse.
There's not enough of them. There's 12 people. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of people. I guess the way it's going to be reviewed is maybe how many people do it. If you have like an army of people in front of you, like if Leafy is here or PewDiePie, if one of them said, "Hey, go out and false flag this video," and I'm not saying they would do this, of course, because I know they specifically do not like people doing that. They've said many times that. But if they did command, 4 million people to go flag a video, then it would be up for review first, kind of thing. Or I don't know if there's an ordering system. I don't know how that's going to work in the heroes community.
Yeah, the thing I want to know is like how many level 3s does it take to bring down something?
Because what you can easily have is like, just imagine, how much hate like Redline gets, for his anti-fucking conspiracy channel and his videos. And how many people will show up for a live broadcast of like Mark Sargent and fucking, Jeranism. A quarter of them being heroes would be the death of Redline's channel for the second time, actually. And, that sort of thing can be the fuzzy area because, you know how Redline is, right? He can be quite visceral with his criticisms. So there could be a way that they could say, well, he's using profanity, he's calling Jeranism jism, that's cyberbullying, that's harassment, and then there goes the channel. So in a sense, like you have to create this like purity culture around your channel in order to protect it from people, doing like letter of the law policing, even though they're doing it simply to censor people who disagree with it.
Yeah, but the scary thing is, though, who gives these power? What's the determining factor for these people to get authority?
Points.
Creating captions on their fucking pages.
Yeah, well, points.
Do that 1,000 times over. What's the point?
Yeah, making captions and flagging people. It's rewarding you for flagging people. It's exactly what it's doing.
Do you think it lets me
will be overreacting here, because it doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be able to take down a video. All it means is that they're going to be able to put it up for review. So if people are mass flagging a video and YouTube see that it's just harassment from SJWs or whatever, those people are going to lose those rights.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is level 3s have immense power. It's not, they don't need thousands of people to do it. How many level 3s? 2 or 3,
yeah,
6, 10?
It can't just take a video down.
They take down a channel.
Yeah, but this is how I've interpreted YouTube doing it. I'm not for this, by the way, but I think we are kind of fear mongering each other. The whole YouTube community is here. With all it could mean is that they want their users to be flagging content, which then they can review, which then limits the amount of things they've got to look at.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's level 3s who do not need review. They are the reviewers.
No, they do. They do need review. They can't just take down videos. It's all that it's doing is putting those things to the front of the pile for YouTube to look at.
Well, the thing is, though, now here's a problem. Now, does that video get taken down until it's reviewed?
No.
I don't believe so.
No, I think the only thing that YouTube has to actually take it down. And it has to be, maybe a majority. I don't know what it. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's supposed to be, but how do they vote on it? I mean, how do they determine that? If it comes up for review in the heroes community, how do they decide that it's going to be appropriate or not for the flag? How do they substantiate the flag or say no, the flag is unwarranted?
That's whoever looks at it, isn't it? That's whoever's job it's been given to look at these things.
The thing is, though,
is that just going to be level 3 users, or is that any hero?
Oh, no, I don't believe so. I don't believe any of the heroes get to make that decision. I think it's YouTube that gets to make that decision.
Well,
I know. YouTube makes the final decision, yes, but
the final one. But what about
how much power does level 3 have? Can they shut down a channel and have it taken off until it's reviewed?
I don't believe so. All it says is mass flag. That's just throwing up a flag. It's not said something like power to shut down channels.
Okay, but the thing is, their animation is one person shutting it down with 3 strikes. It's not a flag, it's a strike.
No, that it doesn't say strike, it says flag. There's no strikes here.
Yeah, it's not going to give you a strike for the hero flag, I think.
Okay, yeah. What I'm trying to clarify is this: how many level 3s does it take to shut something down?
None.
6, 10?
No. It's the heroes community that's going to determine if it's a valid flag. Then YouTube has to actually shut it down.
The thing is, the level 2s, 1s and 2s have no say in what a 3 does.
I don't know. I have no idea who's going to be.
The wording in this is very vague.
I thought it was any hero would be able to actually look at it and go, yes, it's a false flag or not a false flag. But as Ozzy points out, this is crowdsourcing in its finest, and as he points out, it's a solution that creates more problems. I understand the gist behind this, right? I understand it's supposed to be self-policing, a lot like Wikipedia or things of that nature, where you have a lot of people doing edits and reviewing edits. And in theory, I get it. But in practice, in this kind of form, with the amount of people that are extremely biased, I don't see how you can have fair policing. I don't think you can have a set group of people that's going to rise to the top that we are going to say, okay, these are unbiased people to make these kinds of decisions. And even if they are, there still needs to be recourses on this stuff.
Yeah,
I think we are overreacting.
With Armor Skeptic's video, he brings up the video that was up before before this one, because they had a different video that was basically the same thing, but they changed the wording in quite a few things to say something else that was not said originally. For video out on this one too, but it was taken down by YouTube. But quite a few people mirrored it before it was taken down, because they did change the language in some things.
From my point of view, the issue is when it says mass flag there, the issue is abusive videos, and I guess that will start hitting on those videos where people are sort of titling them so and so is a fucking moron or whatever, and a video which completely slates the person rather than being factual about what the actual issue is.
Yeah, but then here we go with the free.
And I know,
but here we go with the freedom of speech.
And that will impact a hell of a lot on this community, because a lot of it and a lot of the interest is about the interesting aspects of personalities and the way that people treat each other and abuse each other, for want of a better term, because we all do it. And
the thing with YouTube, just turn it off, or don't watch it. It's not abusive. You can just turn it off, or you can block people.
By the way, AJ, can I put that out there? What you just posted, AJ?
If somebody else has done a video about you,
there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, no, should you? But I mean,
if it's deemed abusive, then this is where this comes in, because that is.
But who terms it? But here's the problem: who determines it's abusive?
Well, I mean, again, that's the problem. What's considered bullying and cyberbullying and harassment?
That's the exact issue.
If I make a video against Heretic saying, I think Heretic is wrong and mocking him a little bit, blah, 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 like we jab each other, that's not obviously harassment. Neither one of us would think of harassment. If I say, hey, Heretic, I'm going to find where you live. I'm going to come down there. I'm going to cut your nuts off, you fucking piece of shit. And I put all your docs information and shit like that. I would consider that to be bullying and harassment. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think people can differentiate between the two things sometimes.
And I think that is the issue. That is the exact issue.
The thing is, Heretic might not have a problem with it, but his fucking followers do. And then there you go.
Yeah, that happens a lot of times too. Even when you tell people don't go out and false flag, even on these larger channels, they still do it. I mean, even Undoom has admitted, he's told his followers, he told his people that watch his videos, he doesn't think anybody should go out and be doing this stuff, but he's not able to be responsible for their actions. And
people have agency.
Yeah,
people have agency.
Sure. What are you saying, King?
No, but none of this matters. Like, what you're kind of You're equating what is happening with the comments at the moment, where people are going and supposedly harassing SJW people. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to mirror what's happening with heroes at the moment. All it means is that people at level 3, they're going to have a power to flag things. Flag is not a strike. All that means is that it's going to put things to the front of a pile for YouTube to have a look at. If they find out that a group of people are mass flagging videos that aren't harassment, aren't breaking laws, I'm guessing that they are then going to just take away those privileges of those people. They are going to see that those are not heroes, or however you want to put
After the damage has already been done.
No, but what damage has been done? All it's done is put something to the front of the pile. No videos.
And there we go. That's a matter of interpretation too.
Yeah, you don't think YouTube is going to be able to? You really think YouTube is going to be able to actually adequately determine whether a flag is valid or not? I mean, they don't have the manpower or the inclination. They usually shoot first, ask questions later, right? That's them in their historical thing. Let's shut the people down first.
But that's maybe, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, that maybe this is why they're doing it, because at the moment they do not have the resources. there's so many videos out there. This is a way of pushing things to the top of the pile, where maybe they've got a new group of people who are going to be doing a job here.
Yeah,
and then they are going to be looking for it.
It's self-censorship, but the censors are not, even.
Well, we're just assuming
positions because how many points they acquire.
You're just assuming a lot there. Like we're all looking at worst case scenarios, and we are making assumptions on things we have no idea what we're talking about. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, because the thing is, our language is so void. But the thing is, we're determining who's going to be the almighty powerful censors by how many points they acquire, by how many captions they put on their videos. How does that?
Tell me where then it said censor. Tell me where it said that.
Okay, hold on. You looking for the exact word censor or self-censorship?
I'm wondering where you are all getting this opinion that all it says is flagging videos, where that means that they are censoring people, where that is going to take down a video. How do we know that mass people flagging videos is going to take it down?
Because it happens all the time.
Well, what do you mean it's happening all the time? This is something new. We're talking about the heroes thing here. How do we know?
You're combining all this power into these individuals.
Where does it say this?
You're combining all this power into one, level 3s. How many level 3s word does it take to get something taken down?
Well, you're not. Nobody knows yet, do we? We're just assuming things here. We are just assuming that this flag means that people's videos are going to take it taken down.
I'm not making any assumptions. I want to know.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, I don't think it's like a number of level 3s. I think it's the heroes community itself. But
I'm the kind of guy
for example, AJ had posted in the slide here in group chat. This awesome community, and it's called Ban AJ James from G+ YouTube.
Beautiful.
It's great. I love this. You should be flattered, AJ. I would be.
I am.
Yeah, it's only got 7 members. Okay, so it's not like it's like a big thing, but people actually made a community to ban AJ from G+ YouTube. I mean, wow. Now, what's to stop people like this? This only has 7 members. Let's say they had 7,000 members.
But there's many people who try to take down videos. Look right now, and it doesn't work.
Well, Redline's got shut down once, as Ozzy pointed out. I remember that when people had stock accounts and they shut us down his channel.
But they're back now. These things, they do things do work themselves out, and I'm sure YouTube have seen the result of what's happening right now, and I'm hoping they're going to make things more clearer. Because I think the big problem with all of this, and not just this, but YouTube's terms and conditions before, is that they're so vague. They're so vague, and I think purposely so. So what people need is they need to know what happens when things get mass flagged. Does that mean that if they get a certain amount, then the video goes down? If so, that's fucking bad. If it doesn't, if it just means they get a certain amount and somebody looks at that personal video and then decides, I think that's
okay. But here's the problem, though. What do you mean by mass flag? How many normal individuals doing a mass flag versus how many level 3s?
Nobody knows.
We don't know. We don't know.
I know. So the word mass flag is kind of irrelevant if you don't know how much power, 3 people who are level 3s, because they have the power of, say, 10,000 normal people making a flag.
Yeah, nobody knows yet. These are the questions we need.
That's the kind of thing I want to know.
But we also need to not, freak out, which is what I'm seeing on YouTube and other places.
I don't freak out because my channel has nothing to do about controversial stuff.
But people are freaking out with no information and kind of stirring themselves into a big thing here when we don't have any idea what's going on.
I don't think people are stirring themselves in. I think people are pointing out the potential dangers is what I think is happening. I mean, people are not going losing their head, their minds over this. I think people are just pointing out that this is a probably at one time okay idea because it's the Wikipedian type idea, poorly, highly stupid way of implementation. I mean, it was just very, very poorly implemented.
I think what it is they've used keywords here which have triggered people big time. Mass flag is freak people out. As soon as people have seen that, it's freak people out, and rightfully so. I think you're right. We need to figure out what they mean here, and if it is what we're all assuming, people on YouTube, it's a big problem. It's a massive problem.
Well, the reason why a lot of people freak out about this right here is You know, some people actually do make their living off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make big money.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, all of a sudden, you know, their channel, if they're, you know, say like for something like Bearing, where he gets, his, you know, he makes money off his channel, and because his controversial views, then his channel gets shut down because it has so many strikes, even though YouTube says, you know, the 90% of the community say that, not 90%, but a vast majority of the community who has, you know, has flagged this, you know, whatever demographic they come from, but then his channel gets shut down, so he loses his income. When he has all right to say what he wants to say, but you know, all these people don't like it. But how
he doesn't have the right to do anything. It's YouTube business, you know. Like I agree. I think he should be able to. I completely think he should be able to say what. I'm a huge Bearing fan. I'm a huge fan of many people like that. But I'm just saying, nobody has the right to have a video on YouTube.
I completely understand, though.
You know,
but the thing is to have your channel shut down because you have a bunch of people who don't like you.
Yeah,
I think the channels are going to be more affected again. Are going to be the bigger
controversials.
It's going to be what's that?
The controversial.
Yeah, and even Ozzy pointed out the vociferous discussions. He says it's going to show vociferous discussions on contentious topics. Exactly right. I mean, obviously, people are not going to be wanting to speak out on things if they feel like the channel's going to get flagged over it. And right now, obviously, things like homosexuality, social justice warriors, theism, atheism, these are controversial topics in G+ and YouTube.
Yeah, but it's also like, you know, when they went demonetization, and then they basically use bots to, you know, look for keywords, but not even mean this, you know, channels get demonetized, but for no reason because a bot says so.
Yeah, that was weird too, and I that didn't affect me. I don't know anybody that affected, but I guess there's people that had videos saying that they were affected by that. Nobody in this community, I think, was the demonetization bots.
But
just how they handled it was, you know.
From what we learned, it's been going on for ages. They've just given the ability to know that you've been demonetized, right? That's all that's happened here. The demonetization happened a long time ago, but now they've given the ability to know that you've been demonetized.
Well, I mean, I think it happened to me once. I actually had uploaded a video, and it said cannot be monetized. No explanation as to why. Nothing wrong with the video. It had no content, no non-original content whatsoever. And then when I re-uploaded it like the third time, then it got monetized. I kept trying, and then eventually it actually went through, was able to be monetized, but it wouldn't monetize. Could have been just a bug, who knows? But
my question on this whole thing is: do you think that the issue that YouTube have at the moment, where people are flagging currently the big channels, they're just flagging them, and it's taking videos down. Do you think the current model is better than the model that they're putting forward, the Heroes model?
There's less chances for abuse with the current model, but neither models are good. I mean, it's probably the lesser of the two evils. Yeah, the new.
So how,
well, no, it's not a false dichotomy because he's asking if you had to choose between the two, which one's a better model?
Yeah, but I can choose, you know, neither.
Well, no, he's asking you if you had to choose between the two. Yeah. He's giving you it as a dichotomy. He's asking you if you had to pick one. He's not saying, nobody's going to say that neither one's not horrible, right?
Yeah, they're both pretty bad.
The thing is, you go like Vimo, so.
But they're not going to do that. Like we can throw toys out the pram all we like. YouTube has a different model to all these other things. YouTube is successful. YouTube has the sponsors. People are going to stick with YouTube. So and there's so many videos on there. I don't think people understand that it's impossible to really manage. This is why they're trying to figure new ways to do it, because there's so many videos out there, so many breaking rules. So how do they manage it? And they're trying to come up with some idea, and I don't think there's a perfect idea. So what is it that you think should be done then? Because there's many videos that do need to be taken down that break rules. So what is your opinion then that they should do?
When you like, which ones do I think should be taken down?
No. How should they manage YouTube? Are you saying it should be just anarchy and anything goes?
No, but I think if we all sat down and brainstormed, we'd probably come up with a better system. I don't know right off the spot, but I think people could come up with some kind of thing. You know,
I don't think there's anything that can manage something the size of YouTube.
I think that they could. I think certain things are manageable. But I do have to. I want to point out Ozzy's statement on this, and I want you guys' opinion on this because he might be right. He actually says, as I suspect, that YouTube knows that and wants this. When I was commenting to to shut down vociferous discussion, and he said they love it to be all cute cat video or kitty videos with no serious discussion, debates of controversial issues. And he might be right on that. I mean, obviously these gaming things, these cat videos do have the highest views. For whatever reason, they do. Prank videos get views, gaming videos get views, cats chasing laser beams get views. The controversial ones, right, the videos that are really, one-sided or the other-sided, they do get some views, but nowhere enough. But the hassle that goes along with it, because people are having these flag wars, people are having these comment wars, and people get inflamed. I don't think that's something that YouTube really wants.
Well, here's kind of, I wouldn't say a solution, but when videos get flagged, instead of taking them down, have it when before it comes up, like a disclaimer: this video has been flagged for such and such, such and such and such. Do you still wish to continue to view?
How would that be if you had something like that was like an actual adult movie or something that was depicting animal cruelty or something? I mean, that wouldn't be enough to protect people.
Well, those kind of, when it says like, porn or, that kind of thing, or animal cruelty as a flag, those things, should be automatically, hidden or, hidden, or what do you want to call it?
That's for abuse. People get to say, oh, look, this video, I don't like it. I'm going to just flag it for porn.
Exactly.
And then what? Then you get hidden? No. I mean, that's, you can perpetually.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. When you have, rape being filmed, trying being put on, for example, rape being put on film for YouTube, that gets flagged. But somebody who does a cat video flags it for rape. Those ones right there are the ones who automatically get sent up for either being takedown or review. But the ones that say, hey, I don't like, I censored this one, I flagged this one for bad language and what do you want to call it? Disrespect, how you want to call it, for racism or whatnot. That's a disclaimer.
But if people are flagging things, they're not, when people are going to mass flag a video currently, if they had an option to click child porn or whatever, and YouTube would just then take it off, that's what they would be doing. These people aren't really following.
Yeah, but those flags. I have an idea.
Okay, WoW is a very big platform, very big company. Blizzard is huge. It probably even much bigger than YouTube. I mean, YouTube is probably pulling $3 billion a year, and I think Blizzard's probably $10 billion a year. I mean, it's some ridiculous amount. But they do still have a call-in system. You can actually call and talk to a live person at WoW. You have GMs, game moderators, that actually do moderation. It's never going to happen. Right? My point being is, if you want to report something, they should make it more difficult to report things, not easier. For example, if I see a video that's very offensive or that's something that is pornographic or whatever, right? I should be able to have to call in and go through hoops in order to tell somebody about this. That way it discourages. Plus you get the information of the person, right? And you basically can't create sock accounts, right? If you have one person calling in all day long, it's going to send a warning flag up, right? But if I call in and I say, look, here's Geist videos, I'm going to call in and flag it. And then I call in a minute later, and they're like, "Wait, you just called in like 5 minutes ago." It would actually, you wouldn't need that many people to handle a system like that. And if WoW could have a call-in system, and they have people all over the world, just like YouTube, right? It goes everywhere.
WoW makes a lot of money, but they don't have the hits, the users that YouTube has. There's nowhere near that amount. There's so many hours of videos being put on this website. There's so many people on this website. They will never, same with Twitter, same with all these things, they will never, ever have a voice chat.
I think it'd be possible. I don't know.
They would never do it. Because there's so many people on there. There's so many triggered people on there that it would never work. But that's why what they're trying with the heroes thing. And I think that, I think if they're going to continue it, then I hope we just see what happens, because at the moment it's fucked anyway. It's broken.
Yes, it is.
It is. And so I can't, the current system is pretty fucked. I can't see this being any worse.
It's just worse because, you know, like what I asked before is how much power does level 3s have versus normal people flagging videos? And what's the determining, you know, what's the determining factor of why they get so much power? They get so much power because they do a lot of subtitles and, you know, closed captions on their videos. Example. How does that make them any better than anybody else?
But do you think also the fact that I believe you get points for successfully flagging a video, right?
I didn't see that in the beginning. I said, no, points is acquired. You know, points is acquired through. You know, they really haven't even spelled it out. I don't think it's going to be just.
I think it does. I think it says points for successful subtitles being accepted.
Yeah.
And points for successful
captions.
Successful captions and successful flags. Right. So if you flag something and it doesn't get accepted, that doesn't give you a point. I believe that's how it works.
I saw it as successful captions and successful subtitles.
Yeah. So I think that, you know,
but then that only gets you.
When you look at it.
But that gets you to level 2, and then it turns into a circle jerk.
Yeah. But we don't know how these successful things, what makes a successful thing. We don't understand that yet.
I mean, the way I see it, it's open for abuse.
Of course it is. Everything's open for abuse.
Yeah, it's just everything's open to abuse, but then there's there's levels of, you know, how much power that certain people get who can abuse the system for its, you know.
And we don't know what that is yet. Currently in YouTube, everybody has the same amount of power, right?
Yeah.
People can flag, people can do all these things. Don't you think it's good that maybe YouTube are saying, hold on, let's have a way that we can find out who these people are, and then maybe people we feel like we can trust that are successfully flagging things to our standards, to YouTube standards.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, to play devil's advocate, who said those people are just working up the rails to get to a certain point where they can start heavy flagging with heavy power can start taking down channels that they don't like.
But I think you're jumping the gun with that there a bit. Where
well, I'm not jumping the gun.
Let me say where I think you're jumping the gun. I think you're jumping the gun where you're thinking they will have the power and take a video down. That's where I think you're jumping the gun. Is that I don't think that just because they've got that power, they are necessarily going to be able to take down a video or a channel.
Then why would they?
I don't think they're going to have power to do that either.
No, I don't.
But here's the thing, though. But the thing is, it also says they don't either.
But I guess we're going to have to just wait and see.
Yeah, we are going to have to wait and see. If they have the power to take a video down, a channel down, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
What I would like to know is.
I can't see that ever happening.
What I would like to know is that, you know, there's 3 people that have disliked this video, so there's probably 3 people that actually agree with this Heroes program. Those are the people I want to get in here. I would like to find anybody who actually thinks this hero thing is going to be a good idea. Because the people that 4 people that dislike this video now. So I'm assuming that they actually agreeing with the Heroes program rather than just flagging, you know, disliking a video for disliking a video, because that's stupid. I don't even do that. I'll tell you right now, I don't dislike videos just for the fact that I don't like the content, right? I've actually thumbed up videos from Ronnie and a thumbs up video from G-Man if the video's good. If I don't care about it, I don't do anything on it. If it's a really shitty video, then I'll thumbs down it, right? But it's not like I go around just thumbs down every video that comes across. And I think it is. I think Ronnie has like a point. He says that a lot of times people will have like 3 or 4 thumbs down before the video even starts. Now I understand that people may be looking at the topic and saying, okay, the topic is something that I don't like, but that's not a reason to thumb down a video. You know, you should wait till the video's actually, you know, gone through and at least watched a little bit before you thumbs down something, because you are taking a vote. And I think it's just as bad to thumbs down a video that you haven't watched yet. You know, I can't say that I've never done that. You know, I'm not going to lie and say that it's never happened. I have thumbed down a video here and there before it's even started because of the title, but I think that we need to kind of shy away from that.
You say that you want to talk to someone who thinks that this is a good idea, but I don't think that people necessarily have that all people have a for or against. Maybe some people, like myself, think that maybe what they're putting forward is better than that's currently going on at the moment. And because that's what I think. I think this heroes idea is better than what's going on at the moment. YouTube. But
so you think this program is better? What's going on than what you think? It's
I do, yeah.
Really?
I do. I think it's better because I think at the moment everybody who's flagging is equal.
Are you generally an optimist? Because I mean, do you see like
No,
the best in people? Because that's good.
I'm really not.
Really, because the only way I see this program ever kind of working is if people across the board have some sense of ethics, and I think that again, like the Wikipedia edits, people get trusted after a while, right? And I get that, and it seems to work for them. I don't know if that's going to be possible in the YouTube type community.
I disagree. I don't think it is about that. I think what it's about is currently everybody's on an equal scale. Everyone can flag a video, and people can join together and mass flag, right? That's at the current plan is everybody's equal. I think what this allows to happen is YouTube to give points to people who successfully flag a video to their standards, who successfully submit subtitles to their standards. So what's going to happen is, yes, you will get people come through and abuse the system, but then YouTube can then ban those people, can take away those powers. So I think eventually, after time, I think the system will be more trustworthy. Yes, there will still be problems, like all things, like the law, like police services all over the world right now. It's not exactly all equal or fair. But I think this, in the end, could turn into better than we currently have.
I think that's the goal.
I'm going to have to disagree with him, because the one thing is that's assuming that YouTube's going to be on the ball with things. And as a lot of content creators, and I mean a lot of content creators on almost any area has blatantly proven, they're slow. If they think they can get away with not even doing anything at all, they don't do anything at all. And when they do, it's at the very minimum.
Yeah, you know what's funny is what's happening is I think people are actually going on sock accounts just to dislike this video, which is fine, because it went from like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's ticking it off like every couple seconds, which somebody logging to a new.
The fact that you're talking about is probably going to remind people to do it. To be honest with you,
you know, well, like the video I had the other day though, I had like 14 dislikes. It was a matter of just. I'm pretty sure that somebody has a sock account that they like 14 sock accounts, and I don't care. It just seems silly to me. But you know, I want people.
Dragon said though.
Well,
he got cut off. I like there to be. I don't care how many dislikes there are. I like to see how many likes there are if people are actually liking the content and topics. So it is kind of a decent metric. But like right now, there's 9 likes and 8 dislikes. I don't understand what is what is this like about what we're talking about. I mean, this is not like it's a controversial topic. This is something that we need to be addressed as all people that go to YouTube, and especially if we have content creators, right? People that are actually providing channels and things like that. They should be concerned about this because we do need to know more about it, right? And no, I don't want. Somebody says I have 12 stock accounts if you need them. Thank you. No, but I don't want people using stock accounts to upvote either. I think that's just as bad. I think the up and down vote should be a pretty decent acumen to try to figure out if you have a topic that's of interest or if not. We have to use these things to gauge by it, but it's by fucking with the metrics. It doesn't really do anybody any good, right? So.
Didn't
don't worry about it.
Didn't Anita Sarkeesian join or start a group, or was invited to YouTube or Google to start a group around this type of stuff, and now this type of program has come out?
Well, I know she's a part of a group that's a part of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council. If that's what you're thinking.
Right, it's Twitter, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
Because I can see the pressure that these social media platforms have come under over the last few years, and it's got more and more and more and more. So I can understand why YouTube is doing or trying to do something. But as you say, whether it's the right thing or not is a totally different question. I can see the scenario that Steve laid out, or it might have been Geist, who I think is currently unbroadcast, and that people will use it as a tactic to get quite high up and get a really good reputation for themselves, with the intention of making sure that they have the authority to take down certain channels that they don't like. I mean, Thunderfoot will be an obvious example, straight away.
But don't you think those people
it just
can then
takes
lose those powers?
well,
see,
I
the
don't
thing
know.
is,
This is the point. You can see that whenever any of these things do come up, they eventually lead to some people having certain powers. I mean, it's a straight Animal Farm type of thing. Everybody's equal. Some are more equal than others. Eventually,
Yeah.
It
But do you think
always
that that's
happens.
better than currently is happening? Because at the moment, YouTube is completely overwhelmed. And like I was going to say in reply to, I think it was Dragon, that currently YouTube don't do anything. They are more happy to do nothing at the moment. I think that this is a way.
I think, as I said, I can understand why YouTube are doing something.
Yeah.
The question
It's
is
a bit better
whether
that they do
whether this
something.
is the question is whether this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Understanding the implications of it. Hey, I don't know. It's.
that's the tricky
I
thing.
think.
I agree.
I think at the moment, people are just completely blowing it out of proportion. That's how I see it. I know it's a scary thing that's happening, and everyone fucking hates change. But I think that we should see what it means, because at the moment, we are talking about things we don't really know the powers that people are going to have. I don't think they're ever going to give anyone the power to take a channel down. I think it's just going to be flags. It's just going to push things to the front of the queue. I think that's it.
So you're saying the more flags something gets, that there's going to be you really think there's going to be some kind of queue system where
Yes,
on the hero's dashboard or whatever it says these videos have been the most flagged and then they need to be reviewed.
No, I don't think that.
Okay,
No.
how is it? When you say that when it's going to be in queue to what? Obviously, people have to review it. Who's reviewing it and where's this queue?
I'll try to explain that. Then I think what's happening is they're going to have a certain amount of people working in an office somewhere. It's probably going to be a huge amount of people. And then I think they're going to be going through the flag file, the flag things. And these are YouTube employees. I think what's going to happen is when these people mass flag something, then that is going to get pushed to the front of the queue for these people working at Google to then look at. And if they so decide, then things are going to be taken down, things are going to be deleted, whatever it is that YouTube does.
And the natural evolution of that, Mr. King, is that YouTube then start looking at their costs and they start looking at their revenues and they go, we want to make a bit more profit. We can't afford to have all these people on in this massive room looking at all this stuff. We will use the free good that we've got called the YouTube Heroes. And it will be those at levels 4 and 5 or whatever that will actually make the decisions. And that is a natural evolution for this whole thing.
Maybe that would happen.
Maybe eventually. You know, so you're saying, Heretic, that there might be some people that on the level 3s or whatever that have demonstrated themselves to be reliable enough to make these unilateral decisions?
I think that's the natural evolution of it. Yeah, I think YouTube will make that decision. They'll be looking at their bottom line, they'll be looking at profits, and they'll go, we've got a free resource here. We're already giving them these perks and this, that, and the other. Dragnaut put up some interesting stuff earlier. I wish he'd left it up. And it was about what you get once you're at certain levels. And I think level 5 was something like invited into YouTube, and
I think it becomes YouTube Messiah status.
No, I think
whatever it is. Whatever it is.
I want to say this real quick. Just I'm going to do something that I've never done on a video before. This particular video, because I do think this video is important. I think this video is something that all YouTube creators should be aware of. I think that people that even if you're not a creator, it's something that affects everybody in the YouTube community. So I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm asking you to disable the likes and dislikes in this video because people right now are just trolling using sock accounts to dislike, and I don't want it. I don't care about my other videos at all. But this particular video, because I mean, what people just didn't realize is once my video is uploaded, I don't make any money off of it after it's been uploaded. Basically, nobody goes back and watches these things. Very, very, infrequently. The ones that do are only people in my circles, anyways. So if they have 1 billion dislikes, I'm not losing a dime on it because nobody ever watches this stuff later on. You can go back to my videos from like months ago, and they haven't changed their view count at all, right? So that doesn't matter at that point. But this video right here, people may watch from the internet. Because this is a hot topic right now, and I don't care about the money at all because you make about literally $1 off these things, right? 8-hour hangouts make about $1. But I think it's something that's important enough where I don't want people to be turned off by the dislike count. So I'm actually going to disable the like to dislike rate on this particular one. So I want to make that notable now, so people think that, oh well, Steve, he's doesn't want to show how many people dislike a video. No, you guys understand the reasoning for my doing that on this particular video, I hope.
Yeah, fine. I mean, this is really interesting. Thanks for putting it back up, Drag. Under level 3, the second bullet point is help moderate content. Now that's a really interesting statement. You can mass flag abusive videos, but you help moderate. And moderation is, to me, about making a recommendation that something should be removed, or possibly even actually having the powers to remove something. Level 4, you can contact YouTube staff directly. That's a nice little perk for some people, especially.
Which everybody should have. Everybody should be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, this is, oh, I'm a level 4 hero. I want to contact somebody about a certain channel or something, and that starts raising a little bit of the hackles. So maybe they've evolved a bit quicker than I was expecting. And then there's a hero summit at level 5, getting closer to YouTube.
Here's something you might, in 2013, this is 2013, right? YouTube had over 1 billion active users each month. That's 2013. I bet that's way more now. Do you know how hard that would be to manage? Think about that. 1 billion people. How do you manage that? That is why things like this are being put on here, because nobody can manage that amount. You physically can't do it.
I don't disagree with you. I don't.
How do they do it?
I said earlier. Yeah, I said earlier. I can understand why YouTube are doing something. The question is whether this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
they are responsible. YouTube is responsible for the content that is on there, and they're getting a lot of flack, particularly around the harassment and whatever. And Anita Sarkeesian and that ilk are taking a lot of this forward, and they probably caused YouTube quite a lot of grief, despite YouTube wanting to sit in the background. They're not able to, so they've had to do something. The question is, what's the impact going to be?
Let me ask you, Heretic. I understand they do have to do something, right? And we're kind of evaluating if this is going to be something that's going to be beneficial or harmful. But at the same time, if you have a video that is deemed, or let's say, I think everybody would agree that if somebody puts a XXX rated movie on YouTube, that violates terms of service. I mean, there's no question about that. Now, what are they going to do? Is that going to go to the front of the queue, and it takes days for people to actually evaluate that, and the video's still up? Because like the last time somebody put it up, it was up there for 24 hours, and it was actually recommended to people. I mean, it was. People came up. They're like, "This was recommended to me by YouTube. What the fuck?" You know. And it was some Indian porno movie. So I mean, are they going to have to like wait a day or two to flag, these really obviously TOS violations, or is it going to come up in a queue like he said, or how's that going to work? I don't get it.
That's what this is for. So then these videos that are obviously breaking rules can be mass flagged, pushed to the front of the queue, and then people can look at them straight away instead of the ones that are just being flagged normally that aren't too much of a problem. I think that's why this could be a good thing, is that we're thinking, because you're in the circles of the bearing, blah, 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 all those anti-SJW people or pro-SJW people. But there's other things that break rules. There's there is real bullying on here. There's suicide videos. There's loads of things that break rules, and those things need to be flagged straight away. And I do think that YouTube knows the problem that is going on with the bearing videos, the Blair White videos. They know that, and they are unsure of how to deal with it. I don't think things will change on that front at all. I think it's all going to be the same.
If I would have done a system, what I would have done is I would have just had the so-called YouTube heroes help them process videos that have been flagged normally, rather than going out and searching through videos. That would have been a whole lot better than what they presented here. And the reason I would say that, I don't know if this has been brought up, but I'll put forward 2 examples of things that go on in other areas. And the first one is like the problem with user reviews, which is something that Steam has experienced, or a lot of games on Steam has experienced, is like when something comes up that just kind of annoys people. There was one game, Ark had just still in early access, had come out with a DLC, and that pissed everybody off, and everybody started going ballistic unjustly against the thing, and just writing negative review after negative review after negative review. And you're going to get something similar like that. Somebody's going to talk about something, say something controversial, and it's like, boom, you're going to get people that will just group together and do that. And another example of the grouping
currently happens.
Yeah, I know, but if you start giving these people, definitive power, that's gonna be a problem. And the other thing is like there are parties of certain groups. I won't mention them because I won't want to taint people's mind about them, but they will hold gigantic editing parties. And I could see, and to modify things like Wikipedia to whatever political slant or ideological slant they want. And I could see with this system a bunch of people taking their, deciding to get together, taking their time, earning their ranks, and then holding big parties to remove whatever they don't like. And the problem is it's like, how do you deter? As I said, the YouTube staff is going to have to get directly involved to determine whether these things are happening or not. And a lot of people are going to claim they're happening when they're not, and a lot of times they'll end up happening when they are, and then a lot of times they'll happen without anybody complaining about them. And so that's what that's what I know we're going to experience with this. Is like there's going to definitely be groups, like even 4chan has done some amazing stuff with getting Bodie McBoatface as the top name selection for that scientific vessel. But then if
that happens,
that'll overload YouTube. What was that?
If that happens, I think, say things get mass flagged by 4chan or whoever, those accounts will then be removed. So then
you see that takes somebody going through and checking to make sure that this is legitimate end. Because as I said, don't forget. Well, I'm saying it's going to happen within those groups as people get higher up in there. They'll group together based on their ideology. Whether
they can't take down a video. This flagging system does not remove a video or account.
Okay.
It just flags the video. That's all it does. So we need to remember that it's just a flag. All a flag is just someone sticking a flag on a video so then YouTube can see it. The more flags it gets, the higher up it goes, so YouTube see it quicker. That's all it does.
So YouTube sees it quicker, or the Heroes community sees it quicker?
YouTube see it quicker.
I thought it had to go through the Heroes community process first.
Yeah.
Not that I don't believe it does. No, I believe that the community never has the power, in my opinion. Nobody really knows a definitive answer to this. But in my opinion, the YouTube community will never have the power to remove an account, to remove videos. That will be done by YouTube. This is just a way of making those big flag posts a lot smaller for YouTube to handle.
I don't think it'll turn out that way.
I don't think it's going to turn out that way either, but it's wishful thinking, and it might be. We don't know, but I would put money against that, though. I think that's the idea set, but anyways, yeah. If you guys have accounts and you want to thumb this video up, go ahead. You can still thumb it up just in the show, and then if the ratio gets higher, then I'll show it. I don't care if a ratio is low. My last video, this person did the same thing, and they had like 16 dislikes. I don't care because the video is over, and nobody's ever going to watch it again. It was a crappy video to begin with, and I think it deserved dislikes, but. This video is important, and so I expect there to be dislikes in here for people that, like, from social justice warriors. So actually, it's good that somebody actually probably did dislike this video a lot, because it shows. I'm going to use that as an example to show that there are people out there that are social justice warriors that actually think this program is going to be a good thing. And I'm not talking about Mr. King. He actually has legit reasons why he thinks this program must be good. That's fair enough.
I've thumbed it up. I wouldn't have thumbed it down.
Yeah. But there are going to be people out there we do know that are going to be triggered and you know. They are going to use this program for harassment.
I hope you don't think that I'm just kind of playing somebody in the middle right now. I think the YouTube system is broken, but I think that is broken due to the amount of users. And I hope you don't think that maybe I'm completely for this, because I'm not.
Do you think it's unwieldable?
No.
Sorry?
I was going to say, I'm actually glad you're on here. I mean, you know, you can't have a discussion without opposing points of view. You can't have a debate. You can't have, you know, anything without an opposite point of view. So, as I've told many people, it's important that you're here.
Well, I wouldn't say I do necessarily have an opposing view to you. I just, I think I'm just looking at it differently. I just don't want to be somebody who freaks out when things happen, which is what I think is happening right now, that people are just freaking out. But I do think that it's not necessarily the best idea what's happening. But I think it's better than the current idea that's going on. Better than the YouTube system that's happening right now. I think this is a better idea. I don't think it's perfect, though.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too, Mr. King. You are providing a very good sounding board for questions on this, right? In your opinion.
Yeah.
Very good.
But don't forget, it's not just the SHW. It can also be, you know, the religious communities too can go into this and abuse it.
Pick any side. Any side.
Yeah.
I mean, alt-right, you name it. I mean, I could drop Gamergate, anti-Gamergate, you name it.
You're saying that you make out like these people can just get these powers. The way you get powers isn't just like, you know, you do something. You have to be, one, you have to have a successful flag. So it's not just flagging stuff, it has to be a successful flag. And that a successful flag would be up to YouTube standards. You have to see.
Yeah, but the thing is, all you do is working your way up the power tree until you get the real power.
Yeah, you can do that. But then if you're not successfully flagging things, YouTube are probably going to notice that you're some troll who's trying to get power and remove you.
The thing is, though, once you get, once you get up there, then what's stopping you?
YouTube, well, also some people are very good. Some people are very good at slipping under the radar because, as I said, to actually double check on your YouTube heroes, you actually have to watch the video. And I'm sorry, very few videos are less than a minute long. I mean, you're talking like with how, I can't remember what was quoted, how many hours of footage is loaded up onto YouTube a day.
Oh, it's millions of hours. It's ridiculous. It's an obscene amount.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
this is why they need help.
Have to even just double check on a tenth, even 5% of the videos flagged would just be massive. I mean, a lot more staff.
Yeah, exactly.
A whole lot. Yeah, and so as I said, you know, I mean, the system would work if you had at least a 25% checkup rate. But I'd be surprised if they could even begin to come close to a 0.5% checkup rate.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Like, I could be wrong, but
these systems never work. Look, we live in a society where we have police that do not do their jobs properly. We live in a society where nothing works perfectly. So why do we think that this is going to work perfectly? Sadly, we do need police. You know, I would hate to live in a society without police. So this system, hopefully, where, you know, we'll have lots of teething problems, because they all do, and there will be abuses, there will be many things that happen that will be wrong with it, but I think it's better than the current system.
We'll see. AJ has to go, so let's
personally-
wave goodbye to AJ first.
Okay.
Bye,
Good
AJ.
job by AJ.
Later. Thanks for
later.
this discussion. Very good.
Thank you.
Bye.
And Heretic is right. People that actually dislike videos, it counts toward even if you have 1 billion dislikes, it actually raises your video in the YouTube things, and it's showing up more. So people that dislike it actually helps out. So I'm fine with that. But like I said, 26 likes in this video. So obviously there's sock accounts that are doing this because I mean, but it's just funny is that I don't know why they waste their time with it. Like I said, I'm just going to turn off the dislikes anyways. But there's 26 dislikes in this video and only 18 likes. There's nothing about anything on this video that should be disliked unless you're a social justice warrior. So either somebody got triggered or is using sock accounts. But I might turn it back on and use it as an example of what happens when people get triggered. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
see, in all honesty, I would like to see basically a reverse direction of this system, where basically it's not to remove videos, but to stop, to double check. You know, I mean, if YouTube really wanted to reduce, you know, what you have is YouTube videos to verify that a flag, that when, you know, somebody is, you know, when standard people flag a video for whatever, that it, or even make a DMCA claim or a content copy claim, that, you know, you get people that double check to make sure that the claim is valid, and just filter out the claim. Yeah. Why not?
How can they do that? Because there's so many claims, there's so many reports, there's so many.
Well, that's
things.
why I said have the, you know, have the opposite way, because the way I've seen this presented to me, it's to go and look out for videos that are violating, but have it the other way around. It's like you make sure that that people below them are producing valid claim, are putting valid claims.
But isn't that what this is? That's what this is.
Well, no, it is. It's like level 3. It says mass flag
claims.
abusive claims. It doesn't say sort through flags abuse for validity. It says level 3. It says literally there, mass flag abuse videos. And you know, I'm in level 3. I've, you know, got to be at least a level difficult to get up to. So that's something that's literally saying, okay, now you're at level 3, go find abusive videos to take down. That's not saying, oh, here's a whole bunch of videos that were flagged. Are these flags valid?
Yeah.
So anyways, real quick, if you guys don't notice what happened in the live feed, Brenda got triggered because I said I was an anti-feminist. And this is exactly what we're talking about, social justice warrior, because somebody had asked her what the definition of feminist was, and she said, you know, 40 years you know what feminism means, and I pointed out that feminism has different meanings depending on modernity. I mean, modern day feminism is not what it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago, I probably would have been a feminist because, according to that definition, it just meant egalitarianism. Now it means a whole different thing, right? Third wave and all that other bullshit. So I'm anti-feminist. And Brenda goes, then I have little to say to you, unsubscribe, goodbye. And she unsubscribed. She really did actually unsubscribe. And that's fine.
Ouch.
But this is what happens when people get triggered, right? When they're not able to have an actual conversation or something. This is a perfect example for this video of what's going to happen with the whole YouTube's Hero program. And thank you, Brenda, who's left and she's, you know, unsubscribed. That's fine. But she's a perfect example of how this program is going to be abused by social justice warriors that get triggered, and they're going to flag videos. So it actually worked out really well that she got triggered during this video.
Why do you think that this is an example? Because one, she would need to have got the points to be able to get to level 3 or further to be able to flag the video, which is, I think, going to be pretty hard to do. And then she's going to be able to, she could lose it if she's falsely flagging things. So why do you think this is a perfect example?
Because people do.
Okay, it's just a perfect example of someone being an idiot and then subscribing.
Well, it is an example of people being an idiot, but it is somebody who actually is triggered, right? This is what we're saying by people that that don't like the content of something, and people have every right to unsubscribe if they don't like the content. No problem, right? It is what it is. I'm not faulting anybody for that. But to say, oh, look, this person doesn't hold the exact same position I have, Therefore, I am going to, unsubscribe. Like Brenda's been in, half a dozen videos over the last couple of weeks of mine. I mean, in fact, she's probably been in the vast majority of videos. At some point, she dropped in. But the fact that she finds out I'm an anti-feminist, oh, I can't have anything to do with you. That's absurd. I mean, she didn't even ask, what the reason for it was. Why I'm an anti-feminist. So it doesn't. Wait, let me finish. It doesn't provide any dialogue. It doesn't provide any understanding about what people's positions are. And when you get people that are triggered this easily, they're going to be the ones going out on these mass hangouts, going, "Hey, look at this person is an anti-feminist. Let's go try to shut down his channel and look for things that we can find to shut them down." Ernie Deaver tried this exact same thing. He actually told people, "Hey, go to Steve's channel and try to find things to shut down his channel." Nobody could find anything. I have no copyrighted shit on my channel. I have no DMCA shit on my channel. I have one video that has a copyright strike, and it's not a big deal because it's a type of copyright strike that doesn't affect your channel, because all you have to do is acknowledge that the person who made the content gets the monetization for it. If that happens, the content strike doesn't go against you, and you just basically have to leave it as is, and that's fine. It doesn't affect my channel. But it does come up in copyright notifications as a copyright notification, but it's not a strike. Okay.
So let's say that's what happens. Let's say there's a group somewhere on Hangouts. They decide, hey, we don't like this guy, he's an anti-feminist. Let's go flag his video, and a few of them have level 3 access where they can mass flag. So they mass flag your video. YouTube look at it. They decide there's nothing wrong with it, right? Then they go, right, there's a big group of people here mass flagging stuff because they're SJWs. They don't like this person's content. We will take points off them. We will make them go down a level lower. These sorts of things. That's what I think will happen. I think that YouTube will literally flag the people who are abusing this system.
I raised your volume, but your volume was really low there for me.
Oh, sorry. Can you not hear me very well?
Yeah, I raised your volume.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, it still sounds good. I'm going to leave the volume where it is. I haven't maxed out. Certain people just max out when their video, their thing is awfully low.
That what will happen is when people do mass flag things as a group, as like a mob mentality, I think then they will lose their privileges. And when they lose their privileges, eventually people will be able to, the system will get better. There will be abuse, but I think it will get lower and lower.
Well, again, that's the model, right? That's how it's supposed to work out. I think we've all agreed upon that. The only thing I can say on it is wait and see, right? I think for this type of model that you're saying, King, to work, it's going to take at least a year to levelize. So to basically reach some kind of,
maybe even longer.
You're going to have, okay, these certain people are trustworthy enough to determine whether a video is inappropriate or not without bias. All right, it's going to take at least a year for that, if that's the goal that they're going for. But there still needs to be recourse, right? You still need to be able to, if your video is flagged and channel is flagged, there is recourse for it now. But as Ozzy pointed out, there's no speedy recourse sometimes on videos. For example, if somebody flags my video, all that happens is that I lose monetization on it until, or like DCMA is, I lose monetization on it until I can just prove that it's not, or at least fight it, right? That's fine. I don't make anything off these videos the next day. Once the day is over, I don't make a dime off these things hardly. I'm not even exaggerating. You guys have no idea how low the amount of money they pay you for these fucking things are. For an 8-hour hangout, you're lucky if you make $1. And then after that, you may make 10 cents in a month later just by residuals. So it's very, very, very low. Anybody who does content providing probably can agree with that.
Too, I think you're also kind of trying to, or hopefully you're trying to point out too, is you're not the whole of YouTube. I mean, it's like, it's fine to say, well, this doesn't affect me. I'm not going to do anything about it. But that's kind of being a little bit of a dick. I mean, because
sorry, are you addressing me or
actually Steve?
I'm not at all trying to imply that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that people want to do. For example, I already had one person just get triggered. I already have stock accounts disliking my videos. There's no way they're going to shut down my channel. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Or at least worst case, what they're going to try to do is, if they don't like a video like this, they'll try to flag the video. Well, all that happens is I just lose monetization on it until I write to them and explain to them it's not, and they look at it and they go fine, and then they get all that monetization back. And we're literally fighting over pennies. Pennies.
That's why I won't do monetization. I don't want to get addicted to the money flow.
There is no money flow. I just said the most amount of the most I've ever made on a video was $2.32. I think was my highest. Something in that ballpark. And that's a long time ago, and that video's done. I'm not making a dime from it anymore, right?
Do you think though that we are kind of looking at this from a very narrow point of view of the type of videos that you do and the type of videos that say like the Amazing Atheist and Mr. Epsilon and Bearing, all those sorts of people do. The YouTube's a hell of a lot bigger than that, and there's way more abuses going on. With naming of files, with stealing content, stealing music. Those are the things I think they're really worried about, because that's where YouTube is going to lose money.
Sure.
So
sure. I agree. Absolutely. Yes.
So I think that for those things, it's great. Yes, Bearing is a fucking problem for YouTube, and people like him. Amazing Atheists and all those people.
Yeah,
they're a problem, and I don't think YouTube really wants them.
I agree.
To be honest,
I agree. That's what exactly what Ozzy was saying, that YouTube doesn't really care for these controversial channels like the Amazing Atheist. It can't affect my channel because I don't make anything off these things, like I said. But the Amazing Atheist, exactly. he has a lot of followers. He got 1 million subscribers, right? A video for him is going to make a few $1,000s.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that we do have a very narrow view of this, and I don't think that YouTube will. I don't think that this will take down channels like that. I really don't. I think maybe we'll have instances where YouTube channel gets taken down, but I think it will come back. And if it isn't breaking rules, that is. But I think that all that this is just going to happen, it's going to have a teething problem, but I definitely think it's a lot better than what's currently happened, and hopefully it will free up people to be able to deal with all the problems that are on YouTube, the real problems. False claims, all these things. I think this will free people up to deal with those things, because when things get mass flagged, they will be looked at first.
Yeah, but I'm always a little hesitant with the wait and see and all will work out itself attitude.
That is dangerous, isn't it?
It's true. Yeah, yes, it's true some of the time, or a good, or even a good percentage of the time. But the problem is there's been a lot of things that have ended up as like, well, just wait and see, and then it's just turned out really horrible. I mean, that's why we're having this hangout, is to see whether it's actually literally to see whether. Yeah.
Don't you think that we're then having self-fulfilling prophecies, because all we're doing is look, I hate wait and see, so therefore nothing fucking changes. Therefore, the shit system that's on YouTube continues. We need change. Yes, change can be bad. Yes, change can be good. But the thing is, it has to change. So it's good that YouTube are trying. It's good that YouTube are trying. It's just, I do think this program, people have just completely blown up about it. And I think it is partly YouTube's fault, the way that they've done it, the way they've executed it. But I think we really need to look at what the real problems is, instead of assuming a lot of things.
Well, there are some people out there that made videos that said, we don't know enough about this, and I don't think they're blown up. I don't think it's blowing up. I think these people are concerned, and they're expressing their concern. I don't think I've seen a video yet that went all balls to the wall. Oh my God, this is going to be the death of YouTube, and everybody fucking going to die, and the world is going to come to the burn in fire and brimstone. I don't really get that per se.
Well, Leafy made a video saying it's the end of YouTube.
Well, Leafy, I love Leafy. I do. I love Leafy's videos, but he's in it for the drama. I mean, he really likes to be controversial. That's his shtick, and that's makes him funny. He's got talent. I give him props.
Yeah.
I wish I had 4 million subscribers like him. It's never going to happen. I'm going to hit 1K probably in the next couple months, and my next goal will be like 2K. But I mean, that's going to be huge for me. I mean, I'm never going to get to be thousands and thousands of subscribers. I'm okay with that. But I mean, people should. I think people should hey, go on your Facebook and say, hey, sign up for Steve's YouTube channel, because you're always going to have people that are leaving. Like Brenda decided to leave for whatever reason, just because I said an anti-feminist. You're always going to get these triggered people, and yes, she was triggered. Okay, sorry, people. That's the definition of triggered. To have an unreasonable response on something because of something being said. That's what triggered means. But I think people should help promote my channel. It's good content.
Oh, fuck, why do you want a feminist join in anyway? So fuck it.
Yeah, Brenda has, you know, interesting things to say, but the fact that she finds I'm an anti-feminist and also, no, I can't talk to you. Well, you know what, Brenda? Actually, most people that ever came in here are anti-feminist. I know a couple. JJ Geisman is a feminist. G. Whistler's a feminist. Diogenes, whatever the fuck his name is. Dionysus. I knew how to say it. Dionysus. He's a feminist. Other than that, I don't know any other feminist.
I'm a feminist.
Dragnuts, you're not a feminist, right?
But
I mean, you're effeminate, but you're not a feminist. You're not a feminist.
I am not.
Yeah, and Geist isn't. I don't think Heretic.
I'm a light anti-feminist, but you know what? As strange as, despite my position, you know what? I would never ever want to shut a feminist up. I want them to be able to.
Oh, absolutely.
Say what they think is going on. You know, I actually, you know, I'm somebody who truly values an opposite opinion. You know, the few times I've done, you know, a little hangout project and stuff, I've tried to bring in people of diverging views because I don't want people echoing my view. I mean, I literally compared myself to that one episode of House when he was, you know, trying to hire a new team, and he fired that one. He let go of that one guy who was literally almost completing his sentences, and because you know, if I wanted, you know. If I wanted an echo chamber, I just have myself. You know.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants an echo chamber, right? I mean, yeah. I've been accused of having echo chambers, which is to me one of the most funniest things in the world because I go out of my way to find people that are not the echo chamber. I mean, I've got into it with people I respect all the time on different things. Me and Rumpus had it the other day, right? It just I don't want people to sit there and go, yes, Steve, no, Steve. You know, I want people to actually engage. What are you posting here, Dragnot? I think you're using syllogism a way to avoid absorbing the rest of what I said or hearing it. For that reason, I don't have more to say on this topic. Sometimes there's more to a topic than simply empathy or simple logic. Ignoring this type of nuance is problematic, and I also think your tone is patronizing. Okay, what are we showing this? Has somebody got triggered? Oh, this is a message from Dragnot. Dragnot got from a female black feminist. Yeah, this would be typical of what a feminist would say that I've seen online. The social justice warrior, everything is oh, I don't like your tone. Well, no, you just don't like what the fuck I'm saying. You know, that's all. My tone should be irrelevant when we have a dialogue, right? I mean, we all have tones when we disagree with somebody vehemently, and we get passionate about it. I don't think that's really an excuse to cut off a dialogue. Now, when you get belligerent and harassing about it, yeah, that's fine. But obviously, Dragnot's that's not his style. But just to say, oh, well, I don't like your tone, well, fuck off. Don't engage with me then. But, I mean, that's just to me as somebody who has a very weak position because you don't like the fact I'm pointing out to you problems with your position. Last night, actually, it was Stizer and Ocean. They made a very very valid argument against something I was saying. I was using it as a reasoning. And I had to go through the steps, and I was like, okay, you know what? They're right. The examples I'm giving are poor just to substantiate my position. My position wasn't wrong. I still maintained my position. But the reasons I was giving it were flawed. And Ocean and Stizer both pointed that out. And I didn't sit there and go, oh, I don't like your tone, Ocean. I was like, well, fuck, the dude's right. What am I going to do? And I said, yeah, you're right. I have to not use this as an example anymore. It took a while, but they convinced me. But that's what you do when you have a good argumentation, right? When you have a good reasoning skills.
I think I'm not too sure how I actually know you, Stephen. I think I remember you.
I don't know. You're in my circles, King. That's how I was actually. I was trying to get Mr. Talented Design and Mr. King, Roof King, and other people in here, and I just accidentally clicked your name. You're in my circles, but I'm trying to remember where I got you from.
I think me and you have got into a few heated debates on Google Plus. I think.
Where was it from? Do you remember?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I remember your name.
You're not a young earther.
No.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
I'm a white cisgendered male.
Yeah, I'm a white cisgender male too. So I mean, anybody's out there triggering? Yes, I'm a white cisgender male. So hey, trigger alert.
I would call myself an anti-feminist. Yeah. That's fine.
The
I don't know.
next question I have,
anti-FPW.
Next question I have is, are you pro or anti-dragon?
I'm pro dragon. I like dragons. Dragons are cool. I mean, I would.
Me, I don't really. I don't think I know. To be honest with you, I don't think I know any of you. But I'm happy to be here. If you all
I'm
are.
being facetious here.
But I mean, I'm glad we got at least to talk about this a little bit. I don't want to have a very long video on this, so it is easily digestible. I think people need to be aware of this. If a lot of people out there have not even heard about this new YouTube Heroes program yet, if anybody wants to come in, message me now, because I'm only going to keep this open for 5 more minutes. So
It's one of
I might start another hangout later, but
it's one of the most
Well, I'm
disliked
glad I
videos
caught it.
on YouTube. But yeah, I enjoyed the talk, and yeah, I just want you all to know that I'm not really for this or against it. I just think it's better than the current system. That's my opinion on it.
we'll wait and see. And you might be right, man. You might be right. I don't see it. I think from what I've seen so far, it's completely absurd. The fact that there's a 98% dislike ratio on their video indicates that most people are probably thinking the way I am on it. You're in the
But that doesn't mean anything, Like there's a huge majority of religious people out there. It doesn't mean that they're right.
No, I agree. But I think this is the way that most people are understanding it. I think they're understanding it the way we are. Is that this
yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree. I think people are just. This is a knee-jerk reaction right now to change. That's how I view it.
Possibly. I mean, a lot of times when people roll out new things, like when Facebook rolls out a new thing, people do have knee-jerk reactions. But a lot of times their knee-jerk reaction ends up being right. Facebook has shot itself in the foot numerous times. They have problems with the same policing things as YouTube does. People,
all social media work.
Flagging.
YouTube. I don't know if you know, but YouTube is turning into its own social media platform. So maybe that is another reason why they're doing this, because they predict that they're going to have even more people using it soon.
Yeah. I like what Harry said on this. He's anti-feminist equals pro-logic, ethics, reason, and free speech. And I kind of agree with that in some ways. When I'm saying I'm an anti-feminist, I mean that I am for ethics, free speech. I find that the feminist movement is very much anti-free speech. They have lip service to it. They keep on saying that they're free speech, but they want to shut down anybody who doesn't agree with them. And that is all I've seen from the social justice warrior and the feminism movement, is that they won't even let Milo talk at certain events. They're shutting him down, and I happen to like some of the things Milo says. Right? I mean, he
should be able to say it, shouldn't he?
Yeah, of course. And I would never shut down social justice warriors to speak on campus, but I think we should promote the other people going, you know what, you people have a right to say this, but you're going to be held accountable for it. When somebody walks in with a hat,
not allowed. Your racist hate speech is not allowed. Your racist.
You can flag it afterwards. If you walk in with a hat that says "Make America Great Again," and some chick comes up to you and says, "Oh, you need to take off that hat because you're promoting white supremacy and white racism," it's like, are you fucking out of your mind? I mean, that's the kind of social justice warrior that I've been seeing. That kind of crap. That kind of feminism and stuff like that, I cannot stand.
Yeah.
If you're just talking about egalitarianism, then yes, but I think we're all for egalitarianism, maybe from some extent.
I'm a solid egalitarianism. I mean, the thing is you just got to come to me and prove to me that something done in the reverse is wrong, and I'm like, yeah, that's something we need to fix. But
I agree. But that's the problem. People don't come to you, and people don't talk about, ask you your positions. Egalitarianism is not the same thing as feminism. It used to be like 50 years ago, they're kind of synonymous, right? But nowadays, this whole third wave movement, we see what's been going on in the campuses. We've seen the amount of people being shut down, or trying to shut down free speech. And if I say I don't like what you're saying, but you have a right to say it, that's fine. But when they go after people like Undoomed and say, oh, you're just trying to shut our channels down, and Undoomed's like, no, my channel thrives on the fact that I get to point out the stupid shit you're saying. Why would I want you to stop saying stupid shit? It's like why would I want Ronnie's channel shut down? That'd be the last thing I would want. He provides a lot of content for me. But
Anyways,
that's the difficulty, Steve, isn't it? That's the difficulty in being able to label feminism as the new wave feminism versus the old feminism, which was actually quite nasty in some ways, whereas the concept of feminism, I don't think many of us would disagree with it in the slightest. Equality and equity and freedom of speech and ethics and making sure that everybody has opportunities that are requisite with their skills and desires, as opposed to anything to do with their sex, their gender. And that's why that's the bit of feminism that I am staunchly for. I am completely against people just doing what the sort of latest SJWs are doing. I think
right. And here, if somebody says, "Hey, Steve, do you believe that equal pay for equal, for the genders? Do you believe that women and men should have the exact same rights?" Yes, of course. But the reality is that men and women are different. If you look statistically, there are things that women can't serve for the draft, right? Should we make women be able to be draftable?
Yes.
I mean,
Steve, before you go anywhere, women can now be drafted.
They did change that?
They did open it up, so that is now one of the arguments.
When?
I personally think they shouldn't be allowed.
But
to
you could say
sell.
firefighters. I mean,
Okay,
as long as
yeah,
they're
okay,
meeting standards,
I don't know if there was.
firefighter.
I have to check into that. You might be. If you're right, you're right. But there are a lot of things that women are excluded from than men. And I don't have a problem with that. I think there's reasons for certain things. But that's not what we're talking about with egalitarianism, right? I mean, men can't have babies. Sorry, no matter how you slice the thing, men cannot have babies. That's a biological fact. Okay.
I think that's a bit different, Steve. That's like an actual limitation.
I'm just saying that there are different. Well, yeah, but even with firefighters, firefighters have to be careful. Men are generally larger and stronger. That's a biological thing. And for firefighters, you want somebody to be able to be large and strong, right? That's not saying that women are inferior by any means. It's just two different things. I mean, I think if a woman can provide competency for it, then sure, she can be a firefighter. But generally speaking, it's probably going to be very, very rare for them to have the build to perform the same function. That doesn't mean it can't happen,
and
right?
that's why there's physical tests to preclude people from that.
They don't change the physical testing. They want the physical testing changed. That's the problem. They want to say, okay, well, we want it lowered, for example, like women in golf. The tee is moved up a little bit, right?
So that's kind of the same argument the same issue with the PT test, where you have the PT test for men and women, but then you have certain jobs, like let's say infantrymen, where you need to be able to weigh 300 pounds and still operate. Mm-hmm. That's what I say is a hot button issue, because you can't actually lower the standard because you are reducing combat effect.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. And that's what I'm talking about. There are going to be times where you don't have that fully egalitarian thing. It's the way it is.
Well, yeah, but the standards themselves will just preclude the people who aren't, and that'll be men too. They'll preclude people who can't fulfill that role. But if there are women who can surpass the men and fulfill that role, then I think they should be given an opportunity to.
And by the way, Opal, can you provide background or a source for that women in the draft? Because I've never heard anything about that women can be drafted now. Because we don't even have the draft.
Steve, I just found out where we know each other from. I think it's Dumb Comment Hill.
No, I think it's from that key. I think it's from that key party we had back in the '80s. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're exactly right. It's from Dumb Comment Hell. You're one of the moderators from Dumb Comment Hell.
I'm one of the owners. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I love Dumb Comment Hell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, because we agree on a lot of things, and obviously when people post up into the Dumb Comment Hell, I think everybody in the community kind of gets a laugh out of it.
Quick article, just a quick one. There's more out there.
I'll look at it here in a few. If you guys don't know, Dumb Comment Hell is a community out there that only has 666 members at any given time. I don't know how you regulate that. I don't know how you have a waiting list. And then
we have a waiting list.
Is it a waiting list?
Yeah, big waiting list, but we normally just kick out inactive people then.
Okay. Well, I'm never going to be inactive, so don't dump me. I don't post all the time, but I do occasionally send a post here, and there. But yeah, if you can get on the waiting list for it, it's worth it, because Dumb Comment Hell is a pretty funny shit. You think you've seen stupid shit before. Oh, my God, these things that people say.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can start sticking more YouTube videos in that. I think that'd be a good idea.
So I guess he might be right. The New York Times, Senate votes to require women to register for the draft. Yeah, this was only in June, so this is pretty damn recent.
I think if you take situations like that story, what you're talking about with the draft, I think if you look into it really deeply, you find that women get affected by war a hell of a lot more than men. And they're more likely to break down. And this is just going on stats as well, because I've looked into a bit of this. And statistically, women do not handle war as well as men. And men find it hard enough.
No, I have a caveat for that. No, American women probably don't, but that's only in modern times. In World War II, women were combat ready, and Israelis, those women will kick your ass.
I'm not.
You look at the Kurds as well. You look at the Kurds.
Yeah, exactly. So women can be very good combatants, no question about it.
Israel's
amazing. Their combativeness ready. I mean, these chicks are.
It's the social world that we live in. You know, U.S. is very prudish. Just put it like that.
Yes. Okay. That's what I'm saying. In modern America, then I would probably have to agree with you. But I mean, across the world, no, women are badass combatants.
Then, in a war situation, if everyone got drafted, would you really want people who could be more likely to break down, fighting beside you?
I have served with women. I don't see them less likely to break down. I've seen men break down. I don't think there's a disproportionate amount of men and women that break down unequally. I think that it happens.
Well, the studies I've looked at do show that women do break down more in war.
In which militaries?
When I read it,
It all depends what you mean by breakdown and
we're talking about under fire
capacity where they're working in. You know,
I'll see if I can find out. I think it was the effects of war.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have to discuss another hangout. Like I said, I don't want to carry this one on too much longer. It's unfortunate that Brenda got triggered, only for the fact that it probably would have been a good hangout to talk about a feminist one of these days. Maybe Brenda could have brought the other side. This is what we do. We have discussions. And the fact that she got triggered and decided to unsubscribe just because she doesn't understand my position, which is pretty much the current position of most people I know. I think most people are generally, as Oprah would say, tending toward anti-feminism. I only know a handful of guys that are feminists. I'm sorry. I think that
they're a bunch of pussies, to be honest with you.
And I'm not afraid to say that either. I mean, I've noticed that as well. I think they are. They are a bunch of pussies a lot of times, and I know that's not politically correct, but I've said a million times, I'm not politically correct. I've never claimed to be. I'm not. I know Geist isn't. Geist is definitely not politically correct because he hangs out with Reds, and Reds is the antithesis of politically correct. So I mean, people get so sensitive to this shit, right? The only thing that makes me sensitive is people dissing on my country. I get kind of a little triggered on that. I mean, I think we all have trigger points. But I mean, you cannot be so hypersensitive and get upset because somebody doesn't have your position. You discuss. Okay, I heard you don't have the same position as me. Let's discuss and find out why.
You do live in a little.
Maybe we can have a talk on that one day.
Maybe, yeah, sure. Heretic, what? I do live what?
I was just saying, you do live in a backwoods little shithole, though, don't you?
No, I love my country. It's not the country; it's states. There's a lot of backwards shit-ass states, right? I mean, there are some states out there that are just so goddamn back-asswards that yes, I would never live in them. California's gotten better though. California's not a bad state.
I don't differentiate. I don't differentiate.
Well, you can't. It's just like the me saying in Britain that all this the different little suburbs or whatever all the same thing. Is Wales the same as Manchester or the same as Liverpool? No, they're all different, right?
We all wear our bowler hats.
Wales is a different country. That's true. Wales is, but they're all Wales is part of Great Britain, isn't it?
That's
Wales is
Edinburgh
more of a principality.
But
versus a suburb of London.
But I mean, for example, Heretic and I, for probably the last year, me and Heretic have gone after each other in the last year about a specific thing, which I'm not going to get into or even name it. But we have had a respectful banter about it, right? We don't agree on it. We probably would never agree on it. But he still comes around because. Oh, shut up.
Let's just call it talk from now on.
Which one?
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not doing it. No.
Well, I'm just wondering whether I'm a lacktheist or a militant atheist.
I swear to God,
I think there's one at one end of the scale and there's one at the other end of the scale, and I have no idea.
What's funny? Those are some of my most viewed hangouts, dude. I have more likes and dislikes and views on the videos dealing with lacktheism than anything I've ever done before. It just went through the roof.
Lactheism.
Oh, don't go into it.
Oh, I'm not. I got to end this hangout soon. I don't want to get into it. I mean, people have killed me. People have threatened to cut my nuts off if I have another hangout on lactheism, even though it was my hangouts were really, really good on them.
Yeah, you've got no evidence for them, though, have you?
You off air, King.
You've got no evidence for them, though. So.
What, the lactheists exist?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Damn it. Go ahead and down that fucking rabbit hole. I can see people in the live feed going, triggered! I just literally triggered all 20 people watching right now.
I just found out what it's for. Okay, all right. I didn't even know that was a word, lactheism.
Well, it's a made-up word.
Oh, here we go.
It's a coined word. I mean, all words are made up, but this is a recent coined words to describe a select group of people that I only know a few of them. There's very, very few of them.
You know, maybe I've got a different word for. Maybe I've looked at the wrong word, but if is it to do with breastfeeding?
No, that's that's lactating.
Okay.
No, a lactheist. Yeah, no. It's not a person that can a male can breastfeed, which can happen actually. But
no. There's actually a word, lactheism, which is the advocacy of breastfeeding. Supporters refer to as lactheists to promote the health benefits.
That's not what we mean. No, a lactheist in this community is somebody who proclaims atheism by just claiming a lack of belief, rather than asserting that God does not exist. It's a negative. It's a negative position.
Okay, I can.
Yeah, there are people out there that do that. Aaron Raw is one of them. I think Heretic. He says he's not, but then he does it. That's weird. He's like, I'm not a lactheist.
When have I done it? When exactly have I done it?
So you do posit that
so
there's no God. I'm just curious. Okay, so Heretic, you do assert there's no God?
I've always asserted.
Okay, then you're not lactheist. Okay, that's fine.
I've always done so, and I was going to have a bloody hangout and a debate with MK on it.
Why? What does MK say?
Well, you were on there. You were actually discussing it with Ocean, talking about how I would be crap at it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember talking to Ocean, but
yeah.
Well, I think what I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember what you're talking about. You were having a debate. And didn't I say something about the fact that I wasn't sure if you understood the topic well enough to because
exactly.
Yeah. I remember saying that only because like I don't promote lactheism. I'm like the anti-lactheist person. I think lactheism is absurd.
You're a militant atheist, agnostic.
No, I'm just an agnostic. I just think if you're going to be an atheist, you might as well be a positive
agnostic. Can't I call you a militant agnostic and get away with it?
No, because I'm not militant about it. Because I'm able to be changed. You know.
Okay. So you're an agnostic, Steve.
I'm an agnostic.
Not an atheist.
Yeah. But I had a video out the other day where I pointed out that I am probably atheistic to the gods promoted in our community. For example, I mean, like Veckel's God. I coined the term vectheist. We all like coining terms. The term vectheist is somebody, one, who just basically says, it's only your opinion. Because Veckel loves to say it's only your opinion when you have a belief system. It's like, yes, a belief is my opinion. That's what we all talk about, is our fucking opinion. But there are some things that are not opinionated. If I tell you that 1 + 1 = 2, that's not my opinion. That's a fucking fact. Opinions are
you just arbitrarily chose that with your subjective opinion.
Well, I think all opinions are subjective by nature, are they not?
That's what Veckel says. That's like we're almost verbatim his responses to shit. Doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah, well, he just says his coined responses, his canned responses, anyways, right?
Yeah, I heard that 300 was less than 82 at one point recently.
Who told you that, Dorrance Dede?
No, it came from G-Man apparently, and I think it was Xbox that put it up onto Google Plus, but I could be wrong on that.
Well, we had a guy recently tell us that 200 was not between 99 and 1200. Couldn't figure that one out. That was Von Helton. Yeah. He doesn't understand that 200 is in the range of 99 to 1200. He doesn't get that.
It's probably not in his world.
Yeah. Von Helton does have his own subjective reality. But anyways, I'm going to call this one to a particular close because I said I don't want I want this topic to be specifically on this. I'm going to open another one here soon, probably in 15 minutes to 45 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark.
Just as Max has turned up as well.
Well, Max can join us in 15, 20 minutes or so.
I won't be here. I won't be here. It's getting later here, and I've got a little one in bed, and I've got to be up early
All right, buddy.
in the morning. So I'm going to say good night to everybody.
And thank you, my friend. Bid you adieu.
Yeah.
Good night, man.
See you all.
There was something I wanted to ask Max about, but again, when I run into him in the next video, it had to do with what we were talking about last night as far as simple truths, simple statements being like, is murder wrong? And if I say yes, murder's wrong, but if you ask me, is murder always wrong? Then I would say no.
Murder is wrong by definition. It's not really an interesting question. Murder just means unjustified killing. But
okay, how about this? The taking of forget murder. Maybe that's a bad example. How about the taking of a human life?
Homicide.
Oh, under what circumstances?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, if I just say
I'd say is wrong.
If I just say the question is killing, taking of a human life, is killing wrong? As a general statement without adding any qualifiers, I have to answer yes. But as soon as I answer add qualifiers, and there are exceptions to that.
I would say that there are exceptions. So it's not always wrong. Self-defense is probably the best one.
Yeah, I've never say always, but see, Ocean took the opposite for you. Ocean was saying that if I asked him, is killing, and I'm using the word killing as taking a human life. If I said, is killing wrong, he always says no. His answer would be no to that statement. Then he says, but there are exceptions where it is killing. He's taking the opposite approach.
I'd say the intentional killing of a human being would be wrong in pretty much all circumstances. The death penalty is probably an exception, but I'd say that falls under self-defense, but from a societal level, not necessarily just from a personal one-on-one level. I think that I think in some circumstances the death penalty is justified. I just don't believe that the state is a competent actor who can decide it, at least a long time.
That's a topic, though. That's a different thing than what I'm saying, though. If I just ask you the question, Max, is killing wrong? That's all you get. Is killing wrong? How do you answer?
I'd say no, not always.
Okay. See, you take in not always. Yeah. Well, you can't throw that modifier in. That's the next question. If I say is killing always wrong, then you say obviously no, killing is not always wrong. But if I just say is killing wrong without any modification, I would have to say yes, killing is wrong. And then if I say is killing is always wrong, no. There are exceptions.
Killing, when you're using a sentence where there's a subject and a predicate, killing is wrong. The subject killing refers to all killing. It's a universal claim.
And I understood that, and that was kind of what Ocean was saying. It's a good argument in that way because, if you say it's killing wrong, you're taking that as a universal set that there's basically no instances. If you find one single instances where killing is justified, then that negates that whole statement saying that killing is wrong to be. What I find to be I would say yes to a no, right? Because there are exceptions. So if I say is killing wrong, because there are exceptions, you and him would say no to that because there are exceptions to the rule, right?
Right. Here's another example, maybe to reflect on it in a scientific context. If I was to say, hey, does slowness assist or does it take away from fitness in terms of adapting to an environment? You'd say, well, it depends on the environment. Sloths were successful because they were slow, but there are tons of species that failed because they were slow.
But overall, in general, if you're slow, you fail. I mean, I think
just on a side note,
majority of what it's an interesting topic.
But that's where I could just come in and say, but at that point, I could always just come in and say, no, I'm not asking you about tendencies. Like, killing tends to be wrong. Yes. I'm asking you, is slowness always going to lead to an inability to survive? Like, you can't. Sometimes there's a lot of times where we have to qualify our statements or specify the set.
I agree, and I think I'm under the impression anymore that some of these questions don't really have any right or wrong answers. It's all how you want to approach the problem and go from there. I mean, if somebody says is killing wrong, I don't know if it's an answerable question at this point.
Steve, have you heard of the trolley problem?
Of course, I know the trolley problem.
Yeah.
Yes, we've ran many variations of the trolley problem.
Yeah, I think that kind of can touch on these subjects as well.
Yeah. We've sat here for many hours and discussed many variations of the trolley problem. But anyways, I am going to call this hangout to a close. I'll probably have another one by 4 o'clock because I want to eat something. So, you guys, excuse me. Any last comments? Mr. King, you already said that you're. Max, you weren't even involved in this topic, so screw you. Now, do you have something to say on the YouTube Heroes program, Max? Seriously?
Oh, you mean on the whole atheism thing?
No, Heroes program.
Oh, no, I have nothing to say on that.
Guys, what do you think? What's your final summation? Take a minute to do a summation on the YouTube Heroes.
Which one you guys went on 3 different topics?
The YouTube Heroes program.
I think it's how do I put it? It's a good idea, but I would like to see more clarification on, let's just call it the rules.
Okay. Drag, you have anything to say on it? I think he's AFK. There he is.
I'm going to abstain. I'm going to see if it gets abused. I mean, of course it'll get abused, but I honestly don't know.
I'm just going to say that it was a potentially good idea, implemented extremely poorly, and very, very undocumented. There was so much information that we're lacking on this system, and I agree with King a little bit. Maybe people are being a little bit overly hysterical on it. Maybe, possibly, but I definitely think there's grounds to be concerned. And I think it should be something to discuss. And as people get more information about it, they need to disseminate it to everybody else. So people do kind of have an understanding of what is going on with this whole YouTube Heroes program. Now, I definitely absolutely believe that it can be abused, and it probably will be abused. But I think the consensus is maybe that a year from now or something like that, it's going to level out, and it'll kind of police itself. And that's kind of the goal I think that YouTube's going for. And we're going to have to wait and see on that. You guys agree?
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say that my opinion is that I think the current system is broken. I think the system YouTube are trying to implement could improve things. It won't be perfect. I think, like you said, it's going to take a while to even out, and there's going to be lots of problems along the way. But like all legal systems, like police systems, all those sorts of things, there's always going to be room for people to abuse it. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. And I think this is a good idea. I think it's been implemented completely poorly. There's no information, which is causing everybody, like in here, to go hysterical.
I think we agree on that.
Maybe rightfully so. This is some people's careers. They have a right to be hysterical, but I think we are not thinking clearly with this.
And like I said, I think we all kind of agree with that. I'm going to put my Patreon and my PayPal in the live feed if people want to help support my channel. It all goes to good use because I'm trying to keep these hangouts pithy. I'm trying to keep them, I have 2 types of hangouts. The ones like this I'm going to keep short. Then I have the 8-hour hangouts like late at night where people have a room to go to. And if Vito ever watches this video, don't watch my 8-hour hangouts, dude. The 8-hour hangouts fairly much, just peruse through them, right? Don't sit there and watch an 8-hour hangout. Look at 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and see if there's something worth listening to. Because I don't expect people to sit there and watch an 8-hour hangout that I had that's just overnight. That's just stupid. But my Patreon, if you do become a Patreon, get full mention and credits when I do my original videos. And you get the special events that's going to happen where you'll be able to come in and anything that supports my channel, even if people just send me some couple bucks with PayPal, it's nice. You still get full credit. Somebody the other day, I didn't even know somebody $7. I had no idea who this person was. They still get credit. I have no idea who they were. I've never seen them before. So it happens. You can also support directly through my YouTube channel, through fan funding, which is a little blue support button. But it all goes to helping me, run these hangouts and get guests in. I had a guest in yesterday. They're supposed to join. He backed out because he thought it was supposed to be a one-on-one. He was an intelligent design, young earth creationist, flat earther. And once he found out that, no, I had a panel, he didn't want to have a discussion on it, even though, so I told him 3-4 times, I will get a bunch of people in the field and we will have a discussion on whatever you want to present to the table on young earth creationism. You want to say, you want to talk about helium diffusion rates or whatever the hell you want to talk about, carbon dating, we'll bring in some physicists and stuff like that. He said that was fine, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind and said, oh, no, it's supposed to be a one-on-one, and then he started going into some metaphysical crap. And so probably a good thing that I didn't have him on. We wouldn't end up like the apocalyptic apostolic teacher, the guy that thinks planets are ejected from planets. That was just abysmal.
And audience, do not forget that $100 donation to the PayPal will get you access to the 360 shower cam, and that's right next to the soap.
I've lowered that to 20. Yeah, I've lowered that to 20. You become a $20 patron a month, which, by the way, I have one. I'm not going to mention who it is, but I do have one. But
Ladies,
I got a lot of $10.
Ladies, if you become a $30 patron a month and you live in the California area, Steve will be happy to take you out on a date.
No, actually, no, I don't get out of the house much. But what I will do is I'll take a shaving of my chest hair and send it to you first class.
Shit. Here we go.
So
I know a Muslim would be interested in that.
You know, so if you want my chest hair, become a $30 a month Patreon. If you've got that much of disposable income, there are people that would do it for other channels. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. As always, I mean, even if you can't support my channel, just the fact that you watch and you come in, that means a lot. I am going to leave the video likes, dislikes off because I was trolled this particular video, and I think this video is important enough that people shouldn't be turned off by 30 dislikes from some single person. So, okay, guys, so I'm going to end this video, and I thank you very much for watching.